It was so funny. It was funny.
Look, there's no argument here, but if I admit that, that means that I have to admit that Paul Giamatti was in that movie, and I refuse to do that. I love him too much.
The movie ended when he got over Gwen. That's what happened.
Yes, the movie started where he showed up to graduate, and the movie ends when Gwen passed. That was it. Beginning and ending of that movie
for the series.
Yeah, beginning and ending of that movie, because I just love Paul Giamatti way too much to admit that he was in that movie. I refuse to do it. I'm not doing it, man. I'm not. Welcome everybody to an all new episode of GVN Talk. I am your host, Juwaan. We will have more people start to fill in. Don't worry, a lot more people start to fill in here. But I want to introduce who we got so far. Starting off with Trevon. What's up, Trevon?
Hey, happy to be here. Happy to talk about the topics. Can't wait to talk about Young Justice. Yes. I saw the first 2 episodes of the new.
Oh, damn. Okay, then we're not going to talk about it because for you and Joel, this most recent one, like yesterday's, is such a payoff for a specific show.
Okay.
I haven't watched it yet either. I was too busy.
Fine. No
watching I Know What You Did Last Summer because it was recommended.
Oh, okay. And your next recommendation will be what, Jayla?
Young Justice.
No, will be Clone Wars.
I haven't watched I watched Halo yet.
Clone Wars is what you need to watch, Jayla.
All right,
Clone Wars.
All right.
I did watch.
You know what's happening here.
Okay.
But next up, Jayla, what's going on, Jayla?
Oh, not much. It's been a busy couple of days, but I'm so happy to take some time with my favorite people, get into some fun topics.
Absolutely. So we're gonna jump into it. Everyone will start to fill in when they get in, but we're gonna jump right into it. Where's my phone? There's my phone. All right, let me see what I want us to start off with. Let's start off with, let's see. All right, yeah, let's start off with this. So Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse got pushed back. So next year, next July, right?
Jeez.
June 2nd, the day before my birthday. Absolutely.
A month before my birthday. I'm mad.
Yeah, so we were all planning on actually going to see this together at New York Comic Con the end of this year. It was the big plan. We were gonna do that, laser tag, Comic Con, whole 9. We were gonna make it really special. And then Sony said,
dream come true.
Sony said, middle fingers to all of you. You're not doing any of it. So yeah, I mean, again, it's one of those movies that I don't mind waiting for. Like it wasn't like I was dying to get this movie as soon as possible. And that's not a knock whatsoever. It's just one of those things where I mean, there's a lot, like The Flash got pushed back. Black Adam got pushed back. Shazam got pushed up. And those are just movies that I'm like, when it gets here, it gets here. Like it's not my most anticipated. It's just one of those. When it gets here, it'll be great. That's all I know.
Maybe Sony is playing in their streaming service.
Say it again.
Like I said, maybe Sony is playing in their streaming service.
I think it's crazy that they haven't come out with a streaming service yet.
Make a deal with Disney or something.
I would actually rather than make a deal with Apple. I think Apple needs an IP like that. And I think you could start, like, instead of giving me a Madam Web movie, give me a series so I don't have to watch it, right? Like, I can just ignore it and then only pay attention to the movies. Just put stuff where it belongs.
But we have to talk about it, so you have to watch it, right?
You have to watch it.
No. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go watch someone's review video, see what they say, and then just reiterate everything.
No, that's a cheap way out.
Is that okay for people to do that for Clone Wars?
I'm doing for
Clone Wars? Yeah, you absolutely can. But just know that when we watch Kenobi and Ahsoka, you're not allowed to ask a question. I'm not really sure who this is, or you should have watched the show. There you go. Should have watched the show. Simple.
The review will cover it. It's fine.
Ooh.
You better hope so. Because when I tell you, we'll be talking about every small deep cut of that show, me and AJ and Sabrina. And you're going to be like, I don't know what any of that's about. Well, if you watched it, you would. They didn't cover that in the review. But Jayla, I want to start off with you. I know how much you were looking forward to this. How upset are you? Again, not canceled. They didn't get rid of the movie. They just pushed it back
they definitely get rid
a few months.
They pushed it back to the next year.
They pushed it back, right? They pushed it back. What are your thoughts on that?
I just dropped my phone. It is a major bummer. That's how I feel. I'm upset. I was just before Sonic 2, I saw the trailer in theaters. I have for like movies I'm particularly excited about, I like to try and see if I can wait to watch the trailer till it shows up in theaters. So I saw the trailer for the first time before Sonic 2 and I was like, oh my god, it looks amazing. This is gonna be incredible. And just so my hype got even more because we were gonna go see it together in New York. New York Comic Con will be during the release. Oh my god, it got canceled. So pretty crushed, not gonna lie. I'm not having a good time. I was looking forward to Flash as well, and that got pushed back, and then everything going on with that. So it's a rough time for Jayla. It's a struggle time for me, but we'll make it.
And to me, I always say it wouldn't be a big deal if studios just ever came out and said why, right? Like, no matter what your answer is, we have to accept it, right? So, like, even if you came out and said, you know what, I just wanted to move it just cause, right? We may not like it, but we have to accept it because there's nothing that's going to make it come back, right?
True.
But I'm like, saying nothing is essentially what I always say studios go wrong when you allow fans to see set photos instead of releasing the suit officially. You then allow us to start to create the narrative. And once the narrative has been created, it's created. It's created. It is impossible to get yourself out of that bad narrative, right? So it's like, you changed it. You changed it. No problem. Just say you changed it because you wanted to, but I swear Sony is probably the only studio that fans just let get away with never saying anything. Like, they just never say anything. And fans are just like, well, your movies are so inconsistent. We don't really care. We care, but not really care. And they just, they hold on to that. They're just like, well, I won't tell you shit. How about that? And we're like, well, something would be nice. But Trevon, I know for you, words pushed and back usually terrify you. But I assume this is not one of the movies you're afraid of those words.
No, because it won an Oscar. So it's the first one won an Oscar. So they didn't get rid of this movie. That's fair. It's coming. This is one movie I'm pretty sure is going to happen. If anything, this is the one that will come out. The others might get canceled. This one will come out.
I love that pretty sure.
I was bummed that it got moved though, because I was excited about Comic-Con too. I was like, this would be cool for us to see it together, and just the cool, like just the fact that it was coming out that time was really interesting. I was like, this is great, perfect for us. And next thing you know,
and you know what? What's funnier about that is it feels like, I know it didn't, but I swear it feels like Sony announced that as we were podcasting, saying how excited we were, and they were just like, "Oh, really? Okay, all right.
Well,
okay.
Can't have that. You're too happy.
That's gone." What's up, Lil Woofy? And Mr. E, what's going on?
Hey guys.
So I just thought the timing of that was very, very, very interesting, and I was just like, "Whoa, all right, okay. I guess we have other things to look forward to. It just won't be this, whatever." But yeah, like I said, I'm still very excited for it. Obviously, it doesn't look like we'll be getting another trailer anytime soon, like we thought we were. It'll be a while. But I have no problem waiting until we get that next trailer, and then revisiting the hype train when we get to the point of this movie coming out again. But all right, let's move on. Let's see what else we're going to talk about. So wait, Trevon, you did see Halo?
I did.
Okay, all right. So we're going to wait to talk about Halo because I definitely have a few things spoilery, Jayla, that I definitely want to talk about with that episode. But we're getting Fast X, aka the last installment of the Fast series.
In parts, right? Is it still in parts?
I don't think so.
Doing that?
I don't think so. I could be wrong though.
Installment though.
That's what they say.
Yeah, I think they'll just do spinoffs going forward. They'll do spinoffs, and then maybe they'll do like an Avengers style re-team up again.
Spinoff until another Fast movie.
Right.
I really enjoyed Hobbs and Shaw. I did.
I'm with you.
But
it was fun. It was a fun time. Really.
Now it seems like we might not ever get it again. But
well, no. I'm hearing is Trayvon is that those two things aren't connected. So The Rock is saying, from what I heard, I'm only speaking off what I heard. I'm not even saying it's accurate. But from what I heard, The Rock said, I don't want to be part of the Fast and Furious movies, like Fast 10 or 11 or whatever else. But as far as I'm concerned, he still has all the intentions in the world of giving us a sequel to that movie. I have to imagine if you're The Rock, that's too much money to walk away from. I get not being in Fast 10, but not doing another Hobbs and Shaw. That'd be really weird. Yeah. That's a level of hate I aspire to where you hate someone so much you're just like, I hate you so much I have no interest in making $20 million. None. I leave it on the table.
I don't need it.
I don't need it. That's how strong my hate is. I don't even need it. But no, so my question is, so obviously Brie Larson's one of the biggest names to be added to this franchise to be in this movie. So Jayla, I want to start off with you. Is there any excitement for you for this movie, whether it's just to see how it ends or the fact that it's ending? And then your thoughts on this being the last of this series.
Well, I'm not fully sold that it's the last of the series yet. I'm not. I'm sorry. I think I look forward to it just to see how far they push it this time. That's where my fun lies with Fast and Furious's point. What are they going to do? There's no boundaries at this point. I still want them to actually go to space, personally.
They did.
I want them.
They kind of did. Yeah.
I want them to go to space. I want like a deep space sci-fi thing going on here. Because I don't know, you can do whatever you want at this point. It's just that's where the fun is. I'm just interested to see what they do. It can be anything, and that's what I'm looking forward to. Like I said, I'm not quite sold they're gonna do this is the last one. I feel like we've heard this is the last one before in the series, if I'm not wrong. They might just be passing on the torch to a new crew, but we'll see.
They tried that. It didn't work too well for them.
Remember, there were rumors that they were going to spin off into an all-female crew. So it'd be no males, just the all-female crew. So obviously we'll have to see. Michelle Rodriguez was going to be behind that, like the executive producer, pushing for that. So we'll see if that turns into anything. Because remember, the Expendables was supposed to do the same thing, and they never did it. So we'll see if it actually happens. But I will say, Jayla, I'm with you. Me and Joel pitched this before. We tried to copyright it, but it was never going to happen. We said we want the ultimate crossover of, it would be the greatest crossover in crossover history. We want Fast Formers, okay?
Okay.
We want Transformers and Fast and Furious to merge.
Yeah.
That's what we want. We want that to merge. Fast Formers, Optimus Prime, and Dom. That's what we want. That's what would really make
Dom finds Optimus all beaten up.
Dominus Prime, yes. And they would fuse together to become Dominus Prime. That's what they would fuse together. And it would look like Power Rangers, Trayvon. He would be inside of Optimus.
He'd be updating his stuff as Optimus is doing his thing.
Yeah, he'd be like, whoa, Optimus, is this an oil leak? Let me fix this real quick. I do this. It would be the greatest partnership ever. It would be better than Batman and Superman, better than Iron Man and Captain America, better than Star Wars. Fast Formers would bring the world together.
Really
I'm telling you right
now, huh?
It would end world hunger. I did the numbers. It would end world hunger. That's all I'm saying.
Whether you believe it or not. How people would just go see it just to see it at that point.
Yeah. And it would make so much money, it would end world hunger. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. Aliens would land here to watch that shit. Like, yo, you hear about that Fast Formers on Earth? Check that shit out. But Trayvon, tell me why Fast Formers needs to happen. And why, now that you've heard that, you have no interest in Fast X. Go ahead, let's hear
it. Inspired idea, I guess you got there. When you said it just made me think of, think of Pacific Rim and the Power Rangers knockoffs. But it's fine.
Why they gotta be that?
Ooh.
The real one was a Power Rangers knockoff. I don't care.
But
The colors,
why?
the colored suits, the color.
Because
No,
Marcus.
it was very much a Power Rangers knockoff, and they knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing. I was like, no, y'all playing with me. It was pointed, like it was trying to pull at my nostalgia. I was like, what are y'all doing here? But anyway, it's fine. It's fine. That's why the movies aren't going forward. But that's
damn, Trevon, relax. My God, what is the beef?
I just thought that was really petty. I was like, what is this? I said, y'all trying to steal the Power Rangers? Like, what is this? I said they need to hit them with a copyright or something.
Damn.
What's going on? But yeah, I don't know.
Lil Wolfie said, wow, Trevon.
That's what it looked like. Did you see? If you saw the second Pacific, the first one, no, but the second Pacific Rim, the way man. I was like, come on, like what's going on here, man? Like the Super Zeozords. Like, what's going on here? Like, stop playing.
I can't even lie to you. It did look like that. I can't even lie to you. It did look like
stop
that.
Playing.
It did.
But yeah, I don't. This franchise is just what they call it, like stupid fun is what they always like. What I call it. But that's what it's just. I don't go like the logic. It ain't no logic. it's just fun. Like, there's no way they didn't die in space in the last one. Honestly, like it just like honestly, I don't know how they did die. So
I'm with you there.
When they jumped from, I don't know which one it was, but once they did, when they jumped the car to one building to the other, I saw this out of here. They doing anything now.
Okay, I will say this for the umpteenth time. Everyone always goes right to that. And I'm like, there were like 8 scenes before that just I couldn't get over. The fact that both of their cars crashed head on and they just went through the windshields and were fine. That, him stomping on the ground and the ground just completely breaking. That, him blowing up a building and all the rocks, the only injury the Rock had was to his arm. And then the kicker. When the Rock said, wait, my friends are in trouble? Fuck this broken arm. Fixed. I was just like, whoa, wait, what?
It's the Rock.
Is that a superpower? Like, what?
You remember
I hated that.
Mission Impossible when Henry Cavill like loaded his arms?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
That's what the Rock did. And he was just like, fixed.
They made him do that in so many interviews. Fixed. They're like, reload your arms. Like,
yeah, because that was
It was so
interesting.
Funny.
It was just like
he did it too.
I was just like, did you become stronger? And shout out to the Krypton team. They put that in Krypton. That Superman's grandfather. Yeah, he did that in the scene where he did that. And I was like, oh, that's fucking dope.
I need to find that clip.
That clip is hilarious. But no, it just look. I think what makes me laugh about the Fast and Furious series as a whole is the fact that we look at it as a joke, right? Where it's like, all right, clearly you're not trying to be serious. We understand. But if you hear Vin Diesel talk about these fucking movies, you would swear he thinks he's putting out Oscar-nominated movies.
Let me say something. They still somehow pull some kind of feeling out of you in these movies, some kind of way. To me, they still do
Exhaustion.
It. They still do it. With I remember when they did the Paul Walker thing. I felt something.
Okay, I'm with you there. Yes, I give you that. Yes.
And when they start doing the film thing, when they start eating together and stuff like that, it pulled me a little bit. I'm like, oh, that's cute.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Trevon. All jokes aside, I usually leave. You stay one of people that die. I leave Fast and Furious movies feeling 2 ways: exhausted and humor are usually the 2 feelings I have. Humor and just like, God damn, is this not over yet? Like, Jesus Christmas. Drive the car through his heart and let's just get on. Like, get me out of here. But I do like the rumor that I'm hearing that apparently Brie Larson could be playing, Paul Walker's character's brother, Brian's sister.
Ooh,
she could be
that makes sense.
Brian's long lost sister. And I'm like, okay, all right, okay, I could see that.
You know the crossover I want?
What?
The Ocean's 8 crew crossing over with them. Like did you see the Ocean's 8 movie?
I did.
Did you see that? It was fun. I like the group. I like the dynamic they have that group. I can see that working. Like them helping them with something. Like breaking into something, doing something. I don't know. I want that group back. I want the Ocean 8 group back.
So wait, Is it that you want to see the crossover, or are you just looking for any reason to bring them back?
I kind of would just want them back.
Okay, I thought so. That's what it sounded more.
I really enjoyed that.
Oh my god, I could talk all day about heist movies, though. I love a good heist movie.
So I didn't have a problem with that movie. I just thought that movie would have been better if it wasn't trying to live up to Oceans.
It should have been a different title. Because
if it was,
I never saw the other one.
That's fine. That's fine. You should, though. You'd like it a lot.
You definitely should. 100% you should.
Okay. I might have to watch it right now. I'm in the
Wait, hold on. Time out. How did you even understand the scene where he was talking about her brother?
I knew that.
You just were like,
about that.
Oh,
I knew about that, but I never saw the. You know how you know things about movies you never see.
Yeah,
I got you.
I got you. That's one of those things.
Yeah, I thought if that movie was an original movie,
they're so good.
Yeah, if it was an original movie, I think I would have liked it more. But trying to live up to what the Ocean movies were, it was just a tall task. It was just a really tall task.
It goes back to what we said about sequels and like requels. When you attach your name to something like that, there's something you have to live up to, and you have to be ready to do that. You can't stray too far from that path, because then the comparisons are being made, and your film isn't being able to.
No problem, Trevon.
Stand on its own.
Yeah, I think you should never put yourself in that situation. I mean, look, it was a great cast, great premise. Yeah. I loved the twist at the end. Like, nothing was bad about it. It was just like adding it to the lore of Ocean movies. I kind of thought it was, and again, I know what people are going to say. It had nothing to do with the fact that it was an all-woman team. That has nothing to do with
the chemistry between them and everything was great.
It was great, and they weren't right. They weren't my problem. It was just like putting that with the other superior Oceans movies was just like, if you had made this an original film, I think I would have really loved it. Like all the people that shit on the Ghostbusters, that I always say was just the Saturday Night Live. It was a Saturday Night Live episode. It wasn't a Ghostbusters movie. I think if you had made that an original concept instead of making it a Ghostbusters movie, that movie would have been golden. The premise was there. It was funny, but it was because they were trying to go off of the lore of Ghostbusters that it kind of just fell flat on its face.
The script would still need rewriting, but you're on.
But we wouldn't have taken it seriously because it wouldn't have been Ghostbusters. So it would have just been like a silly Saturday Night Live crew coming together to do a movie. And we would have just looked at it like that instead of trying to put it up there with other Ghostbusters movies.
Thank God we got Afterlife.
Thank God. Somebody behind the scenes was just like, we can't let this be the last thing people see.
I do want to ask you a quick question.
Yeah.
Very quick. Were you there at New York Comic Con when they showed Afterlife early for everyone, like a surprise screening? We
were at that New York Comic Con. We didn't see it though. No, we didn't see it. But we were there. Yeah. There are so many things that happened, like when they did Into the Spider-Verse and they showed the first 30 minutes with the directors and the voice cast. We didn't even know that was happening. Like we saw on social media, people like, yo, it's crazy. If you're at New York Comic Con, how is it? And we're like, we're at New York Comic Con and we have no idea what people are talking about. Like, where is this? So yeah, that's very frustrating. But I want to welcome in Sabrina. What's going on, Sabrina?
Hi, how are you guys?
Good.
Sorry, I just got home from work. I got home from work.
Hi,
how are you guys?
You're completely fine. I will just say this, Sabrina. I've never wanted to fight for somebody more than when I see people coming for you about your Batman takes. I'd be ready to just like, all right, who do I need to fight? Like,
listen, like, I think... Okay, so, like, when I first joined Twitter, I was kind of, like, very, like, oh, like, kind of learning the ropes, but now I'm, like, not that I'm, like, cocky now, but I'm, like, I don't know, people get, like, very butthurt, because, like, the takes I see now that I'm, like, I knew I would tell people about this movie, like, even from the trailers, I was, like, this is gonna be, like, the Batman movie, and people are, like, no, you're crazy, it's the worst casting. I was, like, you're all gonna be surprised, he's gonna prove you all wrong, and, like, he did. Mm-hmm. And people are still like, nah. And I'm just like, now it's just like people want to just be edgy and not like this movie. Because, like, that's just such a thing.
All the time. Happened with Spider-Man. Everyone was loving it. Everyone was having the best time.
Yeah. Or, like, listen, I get not liking the movie, but certain things that I keep seeing, I'm like, you definitely did not watch the movie. Because, like, even Selena takes, because, like, I saw that post where it's like, oh, name your criticism for the Batman, and, like, some things are valid. Like, I went through a lot of the quotes, and then other ones were like, you just missed the point of the movie completely.
Yeah.
Like, like, a lot of them were like, oh, Selena added nothing to the plot. And I was like, because, like, yeah, like, her story, like, I remember a lot of people were complaining because she wasn't that, like, hurt and upset about her friend, whereas, like, you're seeing this through Batman's eyes. This is all through Batman's point of view. So, like, he doesn't know if she was crying her eyes out or...
But I still, to this day, don't understand that take, because she was willing to kill her father for her friend. So I'm like, I don't...
Just revenge.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were going to say, like, against it. I was like, what?
You know,
no,
that, or, like, yeah, like, she was just, like, there for, like, no, she was not. Like, it's, like, the entire thing of the two of them, which, like Matt Reeves says, like, two broken, vulnerable souls, like, that find each other and that get it. That's why Batman and Catwoman have always worked together, because, like, they get it.
Right.
To, like,
if you want to talk about a Catwoman, and I'm gonna go right to you, Jayla. But if you want to talk about a Catwoman that was underutilized, I won't say wasted, I won't say she served no purpose, just underutilized. The Dark Knight Rises. If you rewatch that movie and take her out, nothing about that movie changes. Like, literally nothing about that movie changes. So I'm
listen,
like,
I love Anne Hathaway, but, like, she just... Like, she was good, but, I don't know, just... Zoe Kravitz just captured everything about Selena. Like, to a T, and, like... But, like, even hearing her talk about it, where it's like, I know, like, every actress is gonna be, like, you know, enthusiastic about the role they play, but, like... The way that Rob and Zoe talked about these characters, like, they really took a deep dive in that. Like, that's everything I've ever wanted from an actor.
Yeah.
But it's like, I'm not saying every actor has to be like that. Right. But, like, that was, like, hearing interviews where it was like, Matt, Rob, Zoe, like, they literally was like, no, like, they want, like, stuff that, like, Zoe, like, improvised for Selena. Like, that's, like, amazing. That she, like, really took this role seriously. That was more than just a role. Yeah. Like, stuff like that means everything to fans, and, like, if you know, actors that don't want to do, like, that's fine. It doesn't take away from anything, like, a performance.
I appreciate the haircut. The haircut really meant a lot to me. But Jayla, what were you gonna say?
I think if they're actually being serious, it's a problem they have. I think it speaks to their expectations of a character. Maybe even a woman in a superhero film, and wanting her or expecting her to only cry as the only option or the only way to express her pain in that situation. Selena is obviously distraught, but she's just expressing it in a way that is the way that she knows how to express her pain. It just isn't breaking down, sobbing, and crying, but it's just as valid. And I think her reaction is very clear. She was dead set on killing that man.
Absolutely.
No past go. She was dead.
Yeah. She took... Like, she's always been, like, something that I've always loved about Catwoman. Like, she's always been, like, you know, like, I can take care of myself. Like, literally her entire, like, line throughout the movie was, like, I can take care of myself. She's always had to do that. And, like, fight for, like, and then that's why she became Catwoman. She's, like, fighting for the people that can't fight for themselves.
Right.
And, like, her fighting for her getting justice for her friend. Like, but that's what I mean. Like, that's, like, true Catwoman. And, like, people are like, oh, no, she had nothing to it. Like, she's there. Like, they had no chemistry and everything. I'm like, what? I'm like, there's no way we watch the same movie, because it's like, there's like, even like the first fight, like the little, like, first time they met, that's like pure backhat. Like, that is pure backhat to a T. Like, 1 minute they're fighting, and then like another minute they're falling in love. Like, that was perfect. And like I said, like, I think a lot of people are forgetting that this is through Batman's eyes. So like, you don't see everything of all the characters unless they tell Bruce. Like, when he's sitting at the computer, and, like, before they meet, like, before, you know, they have their first kiss, he's like, Selena, like, I never thought I'd see you again. She's like, sorry, things got hot for me. Like, she, you know, she just found out her friend died. She's going through it, you know, like, and then, like, they meet up again, and, like, she's like, all right, I'm ready for revenge now. Like, he's not gonna get away with this.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's Selena. That is Selena to a T.
100%
like,
is Selena. And like I said, if you look at her, even Rob said it. Even Rob said, like, she's Selena. Like, you look at the comic books and you look at her, you look just like Selena.
Oh my god. Like, I remember, like, that was, like, the biggest fan cast for the longest time, and I was like, please let it be her. Please let it be her.
I appreciate that she did as good of a job as she did, because I remember saying, like, Anna was up for this role, and I'm like, give it to Anna. And then you see Zoe, and you're like, oh, no, she nailed it. She really nailed it. So I was very proud of her for that.
Yeah.
Let's see what's...
Well, yeah, it's like that. Like, she just, Like, I'm trying to think what I was going to say. Was that, like, she, like I said, she just felt like, like, pure So, like, she stole, like, every moment she had on screen. It was like, that was her scene.
Right.
Like, she just, like, she held her own, like, instead of just being, like, a love interest. Like, she was, like, her own character.
She was definitely not a damsel. That's for damn sure.
Oh, my God. My girl. I love her.
Lil Wolfie says, I watch all the Pacific Rim. That's a shot at you, Trevon.
Oh.
All right, let's see here. Not a single scratch. Lil Wolfie says, hi, Sabrina.
Hi.
Mr. E says, I'd love to see Terry Crews show up in Fast and Furious. He wants to do a crossover with the Expendables meeting the Dom team. Yeah, the only reason why you couldn't do that is Jason Statham is in both of those movies.
Oh, yeah.
He's a crucial character in both of those movies. So, I mean, unless you just say that happens to be the day that there's no Hobbs. Shaw.
Or you could say they're twins or something, long-lost twins or something.
Oh, God, no.
I'm just saying, I hate to be that person, but, like, it's Hollywood. Just don't be surprised what they do.
I never am, Sabrina. We're getting a Madam Web movie, so nothing surprising.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you never know. You never know. Because, like, they're so desperate for ideas. They're like, let's give us, like, Sony's literally like, let's give fans a movie that they don't want.
Look, this is going to sound really mean, but I do believe that Sony in their pitch meetings where they go, all right, give me ideas. I do believe that the head of Sony goes, all right, where's the nearest garbage can? And then he just looks through it and goes, Madam Web. There we go.
Well, like, yeah, I think
I'm actually excited for it. So.
Well, I think it's because, like, they technically.
Trayvon? Why?
Cool.
Why?
Blake likes her too, actually.
The stupidest concept of a character. Like, why? My God. I will say, going back and rereading, because I thought of you, Jayla, going back and rereading Into the Spider-Verse, like that whole comic tie-in series. Rereading it, I was just like, everyone that's like, oh no, Madam Web serves a purpose. I'm like, she's not even in that comic where she would make the most sense. Where you're literally getting a multiverse of Spider-Man, right? And it's like, okay, there's supposed to be a keeper of the Spider-Man.
No, I thought she was in the Spider-Verse comic.
No, because remember there was no one in that seat. It ended up being one of the Peter
Oh
Parker.
my God.
Yeah, so then bless you, Sabrina.
Thank you. Do you think she's gonna show up in, like, the new one?
What? The new
like
what?
the new, like, Across the Spider-Verse? Is she supposed to?
I don't know. Only because, again, the storyline that they're going with Into the Spider-Verse is the story of the comic I'm referring to. That she wasn't in. Like, there was just no need for her. So I'm like, I don't know. I don't know how
actually in it.
Well, let me ask you guys this though, because like I haven't like full on read that. Are there some characters that are like not in that storyline that they've put in the movie so far?
No.
Okay.
Because we haven't seen yet that they've introduced.
Spider-Verse has a lot of Spider-Man.
I mean, look, they haven't even introduced. If we're being honest, they haven't even properly introduced the right villain for Into the Spider-Verse. Merlin. Merlin. He's a vampire. He's like a multiversal vampire, and it's a whole bunch of these vampires that are killing the Spider-Man across the universe, across the Spider-Verse.
Oh yeah. Like maybe yeah. I don't know. Maybe it would be a good idea though if they like introduce her in that first before a movie, or does it now come out after?
No, Into the Spider-Verse Part 1 comes out before Madam.
Yeah, maybe that might be better.
Maybe.
I have no idea what they're gonna do.
I just want to see. I want to see Spideyverse. Uncle Ben is Spider-Man. That was one of my favorite of the Spider-Verses. Was seeing Uncle Ben. And he wasn't Spider-Man like costume. He was Spider-Man like he just had the strength, right? Like he had the strength and stuff, but he never would get into costume, and that's why I loved Uncle Ben.
Your Ben move.
Just like it's such a Ben move. Such a Ben move. Spider-Punk is also somebody. Yeah, so it's a whole roster of Spider people. I actually, so I don't really like know a lot about Spider-Punk, but I just read his like number one of like the issue that just came out. Mm-hmm. It was really good. It was really, really good. I liked it. If you want to love that whole story.
A new Spider-Man. Just go to the PS4 skins and look right there. I promise you, you'll find a new Spider-Man.
You'll find all of them. Yeah, that was a really dark and very interesting comic. Like it gets really dark Certain characters you don't expect to die, and you're just like, oh shit, they did that. It's just a really good comic. Definitely check it out whenever you guys
like
get
it. Sabrina, actually.
Trevon, I think you'd like it too. For sure. I think you guys would both like it. All right, so we got another Buzz Lightyear trailer. But before we go into talking about the trailer, I did want to talk about something that the director said first. And the director says that Lightyear, film is canon to Toy Story and was a film in the 80s on VHS. Lightyear is the movie. God. Lightyear is the movie that Andy saw that changed his life. It was Andy's Star Wars. I love that. I
love that so much. I saw that and I was like, oh, that's so cute.
I'm losing my mind right now, you guys, because this is literally word for word. That's the theory I told my friend Nikki when we were talking about the trailer for the first time. I was like, it's a movie that's within the universe. That's what the toy is based off of.
Right.
And she was like, all right, yeah, okay. And I'm like, I did it. I did it, you guys. No, I think it's brilliant. I love it so much. And I love that I was right. But
yes. I mean, no, kudos to you, because that is something that you kind of look at and you're like, how do you not do that? How do you not tie that in? How do you not make that work? But now, regardless of if this movie is good or not, which we all believe it will be, I want to see them do the same shit with Woody. Make Woody an old ass Western. Make Woody an old ass Western. Wait, you said a series? Yeah, you can do it as a series. Yeah, you can do it as a series. Because I just want to see, because obviously those two characters are the most iconic to Andy, right? And it would be good to see that Woody came from something also. It doesn't have to. I'm not saying it has to.
Yeah, no, I think so too. Because like, I don't know, I think it's so cool that they're going back beyond just them being existing in the actual movie. Like they're going like back and like where Buzz came from. And now I would kill to see like Woody and like Bullseye and everything. Oh, please!
I would love that. I would so.
I need it. I need
Jesse. I need Jesse.
Oh my God, Jesse McQueen. I need it.
I need it so freaking bad. But I love what they're doing here with this Lightyear movie. First of all, getting Chris Evans, bravo. Let's start there. Bravo. You did great. But also just visually how good this movie looks. It looks like so much fun. You got Taika in there. I'm trying to remember who else I heard. I heard so many voices in there. But I'm just really excited for this movie. So, Jayla, I want to pass it to you. I want to ask you two questions. How excited are you based off of this news trailer that we got? And what is your favorite Toy Story movie?
Oh, wow. That's a loaded question. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited. Look, Toy Story is one of those movies I did grow up with. Toy Story 3 did come out around the same time that I was going to leave for college. And it was very emotional for me. And I can't wait to see. I think the concept itself of the animated movie being what Andy watched is so cool. So I'm super excited. And I hope they make it kind of like an 80s feel to it. I really hope they stick to that idea or that structure. Favorite Toy Story movie, which I am not prepared to answer at all. I don't know. I can't. That's something I have to think about. Jesus.
Okay. I'll circle back. Yeah, I'll circle back. I'm gonna say Toy Story. What was the one where they were all about to go into the fire?
That was 3.
3 is my favorite.
I kind of want to say 3. I don't know.
Yeah, 3 is my favorite one only because it was just like, damn, you're about to go out like that. Yeah,
I was sobbing. They're really going to do it. They're going to kill my childhood right in front of me.
They are. By fire. Like, not even just like, oh, we fell in the garbage can into a kid. They don't know. They're like, oh, shit, they died. But to us, we're like, oh, shit, you're going to burn them alive? Like, God damn.
They're going to die.
Like, geez, Louise.
And they all held hands. Oh, God.
They did. And it was just like, all right, you kill them, a part of me goes. Like, I need restitution or something. Like, I'm suing. If they die, I'm suing. That's what's happening. But no, 3 definitely was. It was a lot. It really was, like, emotionally to kind of just sit with that. But I won't lie.
I'm thinking about the ending too. I think I'm going to say 3. Actually,
I think I talked myself out of it. I think I'm going to go 4.
No,
it's him giving her that box of toys and finally being okay letting go of them.
That was 3.
That was 3.
Oh, that was 3?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That was the ending of 3.
That was the ending of 3.
What was 4 then?
Meet Bo Peep again. Meet Bo Peep again.
Okay.
I don't remember 4 that well.
Yeah. Okay.
That psychotic doll that one of his voice box.
And there was the Spork. The Spork was in that one.
Yes, it was.
Oh yes. Okay. I hate that. No. Okay. Yes. 3 then. I'm going 3. You're going 4? I thought you just nodded your head like 6 times when we kept saying. No, 3.
I was telling you. Yes, that happened at the end of 3. But
got you.
I don't remember that much of 4. I'm awful.
I remember that Woody was separated from the rest of the crew. Mm-hmm. That's where he met Spork or Fork, whatever the hell he's called.
He had to keep saving Forky.
Oh, Forky is the name. Forky. I always laughed at that because I'm like, everyone's always like, kids have like such an imagination. And I'm like, I just had toys. Like I've never like made something out of something else. If it wasn't an action figure, it wasn't in my hands. I didn't have
these kids. Like my little sister play with everything but her toys. It's just like
really because to me, I imagine today no kid plays with toys. If it's not electronic, they don't fuck with it.
I mean, when the iPad is dead, when the iPad is dead, yes, they gotta find something.
Oh man, that happens, man. I imagine a kid goes into a full panic if that should ever happen. iPad dies in the middle of something, kicking, screaming. Okay, I see your background, Dom. Okay, I see the subtle.
I cry on the inside when the internet went out for 2 days, so I feel the kids' pain.
Look. No, I don't know. I'm not that tied to electronics, I guess. I don't know. I think I'd be fine if it went out. I'm cool playing chess, Mancala, Connect 4, Uno. Like I think I'd be fine.
You need
other people to play that
for that. Exactly.
Wait, say it again.
Exactly. That's what I'm about to say. You need people
I need
around
other people to play
that.
it with.
Yeah, but I'm saying if it went out, like I live with people, so I'm like I would interact with them and play it. I'm just saying I don't know. I've had the power go out and I wasn't like, what the fuck am I gonna do? It wasn't until somebody suggested read a book that I missed electronics. I was just like, all right, you've gone too far. Don't ever say some shit like that. Read a book.
Whoa.
That's disrespectful. Yeah, I don't like that. Don't say that to me. Read a book.
Read a comic book.
Well, they needed to say that, Trevon. There's a difference. All right. My mom actually said that to me, and I yelled at her the other day. She goes, I saw you're collecting toys. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna hang up. I'm gonna hang up before I say something I'll regret. When you call it by its right name, you're more than welcome to call back. Because she'll either say toys or she'll say men. And I tell her that always rubs me the wrong way because she'll say it in the weirdest moments. Like, oh, I was going through your old room and I found your men just laid everywhere. And I'm just like, I had you on speakerphone. Like, don't say that again, ever.
Right.
Again. Don't say because then people are like, your men? What does she mean your men were just laying on your floor? She means action figures, guys. And they're like, yeah, sure. I'm like, no, she actually means action figures. Damn it, mom. Like, now I got to explain myself to people. But no, I could not. Yeah, I mean, sure. Yeah. You know what? Yeah. You know what? Fuck it. Yeah, I will go back.
Own it.
Well, no, I won't own it because it's not the truth. But I won't fight it. Is what I'm trying to say. But Jayla, you're getting some comments about your Batman cowl in the back. People
yeah. Oh my God. It's the Batman popcorn bucket from AMC.
Yeah.
Yep, I have him in my shrine, protected.
Mine is over there, yes.
Most prized possession.
The guy told me that it is molded to the actual size of Robert Pattinson's head. So,
Jayla.
I don't know if that's true.
I want to tell you this because, like, one of my friends told me about it like months in advance, and I wasn't allowed to say anything because, like, he was like telling me that like I needed to get like so I knew where to get it. Because they like sold out and it was only at AMC. It's going for like $300 on eBay right now. $300. And it was like $26 at AMC when my dad bought it for me. Like,
I'm gonna tell you this right now. I didn't buy it because we went to the fan screening, and for the fan screening, they didn't allow you to use your AMC stubs. So I
really? Because that's when I went to my fan screening. screening, that's what they gave it to me then. Because I literally said, I was like, the only reason why I booked it there is because of that reason.
Yeah.
Because I wanted that helmet, that cowl.
They didn't let us use our they didn't let us use our stubs to buy the tickets. So I spent like $30 on 2 tickets. Yeah. So when I got up there and I saw that, I'm like, oh shit, let me buy that. How much is it? He was like $25. I said, you can put that shit right back. I spent $30 fucking dollars on these tickets. Yeah, so goddamn mom.
Now I say it, but okay, now I know like I do really like Batman, but I really wanted this thing. I was mad. I went to the fan screening to see the movie. When I was coming out, I saw people with that thing. I didn't see it anywhere. I was like, where did they get that from? I was like, what the hell is that? I was like, how did you? I went back up to the door, and the security guard was like, oh, we can't let you back in. I was like, what? What you mean? Let me back in. I want to buy it. Like, what you mean? Let me back in. Are you serious? So I came back on a day when I was not seeing it just to get it. I was like, I'm coming back. I'm getting that. I called, I think like ahead of time. I was like, hey, how many of them things you got? I need one. Like I was that kind of stuff I like. I wanted that. That was really cool. I was like, they were like, oh, you want the popcorn? I was like, no, give it to somebody. I don't care. Just give it the damn thing.
Look, I wanted it too. I wanted it too. But the likelihood of me allowing a movie theater to fleece me out of $50, almost $60, no way in hell.
I do it for
no way in hell.
I don't think it.
I would not do that for my mother, let alone Batman.
It was Warner Brothers.
Almost $60? Hell no. Hell no.
Blame Warner Brothers.
No, because apparently anytime you do a fan screening, they don't allow you to do it. So any fan screening, because they want all their dollars from it. And if you have a list, you don't pay for that specific ticket. You're paying a month to see movies.
Shout out to A-list though.
Excluded from A-list. I was pissed when I saw that shit. I was like, what?
Man, because I thought they were telling me like I didn't pay my bill, and I'm like, no, I just paid that shit. Like you took the money out. You better let me use this. And then I call and they're like, oh no, they don't let you use it for fan screenings. I'm like, I hate you. But no, so we were going around. So Trevon, so you said Toy Story 4 is your favorite. So tell us why, and then your thoughts on this Lightyear trailer.
I did not see the Lightyear trailer because I don't want to watch anymore.
Okay.
Saw the first trailer. I thought it looked cool. Honestly, that actually sold me when I heard Lightyear and Chris Evans. That's all I hear. I was like, well, yeah.
Yeah, Chris Evans is like so perfect for the voice.
Kind of going. I was like, whatever. I was like, I don't care what they say. I don't need to see anything really. But I saw one trailer and that was it. Toy Story 4. I had a great time with the movie. I was in theater. I was like, this is so fun. I was like, this is dark as well. That last one was dark. And then I remember I can't watch 3 again, especially the ending that makes you cry. Movies that make me cry, I tend to not put them in my favorite of movies because I can't watch them again. Cause I'm like, if it's rewatchable for me, then it's kind of can be in that group. But when you make me cry, like sad boohoo cry, I can't. I was like, I can't do this again. So I can't put this up there in my top 10 because I can't recommend it to you. I don't want you to cry.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm saying I can't.
If I got so scared that I had butt crack sweat, I want you to go through the same goddamn thing. Whatever I had to experience, go through it. I had to go through it. I don't necessarily disagree with you, but Logan is 100% the movie that I cry ugly tears to, but I can watch that shit anytime I see it's on. Anytime I see it's on, I want to experience it.
Thank you, sorry.
Pursuit of Happiness. There's something.
Pursuit of Happiness only makes me cry in that one scene. I don't cry in any other scene.
That's
in that
enough.
Movie,
that's enough. Though.
But the bathroom scene.
That's enough.
The bathroom scene.
That is enough.
That's it.
That tore me apart. I can't watch
I can get past anything else. Yeah, I can get past everything else.
Nope.
But yeah. Damn. Now you're making me think of Pursuit of Happiness in that bathroom scene. God damn you, Trevon. Yeah. I'm not crying on camera though. That shit's not happening. Jayla. Mr. E says to embrace the cow and become Batgirl.
I have no other choice. I will absolutely do that.
All right, well, there you go, Mystery. And we don't have AJ today for Batmite, so we could complete the full team. So whenever he gets back, he'll be Batmite for us, for sure.
Sounds good.
But we're welcoming in Dom and Jamie. Jamie, where's the award? We want to see the award being shown off.
Okay, hold on. Let me grab it.
Yeah, come on. I want to say award-winning Jamie. Come on now.
Ah!
It's got all my legals and stuff on here. Oh,
you don't have to showcase all that. Can you show just a little bit of it?
Yeah, let me. Here we go. Kind of covering a lot of stuff up. Can y'all see it?
Yes, we can. Okay.
Yeah. So it's me.
Okay.
Very nice.
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god!
Okay.
Yes!
Right,
That's
Thank
our
you guys. Thank you.
So I did my intro to you two horribly wrong. I'm sorry. Let me do it over again, okay? Film Festival Poppy, aka Dom. We're welcoming in Dom. Film Festival Poppy. So I want to say hello to Dom. I wanted to make sure I got the credentials correctly. And now we can say Academy Award winning, internship award winning, podcast award winning Jamie. What's going on?
Dang, I that feels unfair giving me more things than Dom's been here longer than I have.
Nah, Festival Poppy is an award of its own. Come on, it's an award of its own. That should be his handle going forward. If Drake got Champagne Poppy, we now got Festival Poppy. There we go. And look, that's how much I love Dom, because I've never called another man Poppy ever in my life. Not even my grandfather that everyone called Poppy. He was Grandpa. I am not calling you Poppy.
I'm not even saying that.
Wow.
Where were you going with that, Trevon?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Okay, all right. Jesus. Oh, nasty ass. I feel like it was going there. But anyway, we're glad to bring both of you in. We were talking about the Lightyear trailer and what our favorite Toy Story movie was. So me and Jayla went 3, Trevon went 4, and I was about to pass it to Sabrina. Your favorite Toy Story movie, Sabrina?
Oh man, that's hard.
It is.
I don't want to be basic and say the first one, but yeah.
If that's your favorite?
That's like always the answer, but like, I don't know. Nothing can top like the first two. But I would say, yeah, definitely number 1.
Yeah. Look,
two is like a close, like, you know, just as close. But yeah, like the first two are just not the beats that. Like I always enjoy the sequels, but I just feel like I don't want them to overdo it. Like, obviously, whatever I say, it's not going to matter. They can just keep pushing out sequels and everything. But I don't want it to lose that magic.
That's fair. And that's why I think Lightyear is very refreshing, because it's of the Toy Story tree.
Yeah, see, like, they should do that. Or, like, a spin-off of certain characters instead of, like, doing sequels, because it takes away, like, the magic.
Right, you just do it too much, and it's like, it's not special anymore.
Yeah, well, like, it's, because you're just like, oh, man, you're ruining everything. Like, well, not, like, ruining the plot, but it's just like, yeah, you definitely said it right. Like, you're ruining that specialness of it.
Right, look, I love the first...
mess up any, like, story points. Like, doing
say that again?
Of
Lightyear?
I just hope that, like, any spin-offs or sequels, I just hope they don't mess up, like, logic somewhere. I just hope they
I think Lightyear is good, because we know it takes, because obviously the director said this is what Andy would watch.
Right.
So that should be safe. But no, I love Toy Story 1 for this main reason, and this main reason only. It gave birth to Frank Castle. And if you don't know what I mean, go rewatch that movie and you will know what I mean. You will know what I mean. It gave birth to Frank Castle, aka the Punisher. That is why that movie is forever special to me. Because I'm like, everyone always goes, when his family got murdered is when he became the Punisher. No, those seeds were planted when he was a child, for sure, 100%. When toys beat him, and Andy, he was just like, no, I'm gonna grow up to definitely tote guns for sure. like I'm gonna picture Andy for every villain I see. I got you, kid. So number 1 is special for me. But Jamie, I'll go to you. Which Toy Story are you going with? Oh, nope, you're muted.
Okay. That's a tough one, because I really enjoyed the first one. I watched it many times, but I think I like the fourth one and the send-off that they did. I feel like it was kind of their love letter to the kids that kind of like grew up, and like this is kind of goodbye to, I guess, the storyline with Woody and Buzz, but a hello to like a new set of stories with that within that universe. So 4 is a good one. 4 was fun for me.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't think they have a weak movie in their 4, right? I think you could definitely pick out 1 or 2 that are far superior, but I don't think any of them are bad movies, right? And look, that's a good streak to go on, because I go back and I'm like, Lion King 1 is far superior than Lion King 1.5, Lion King 2, that definitely ventured into gang territories. And it got racial. I don't care what anyone says. Lion King 2 got racial, 100%.
I don't even remember Lion King 2, honestly.
I enjoyed Lion
King. Look, this is all I'm going to say.
1.5.
I remember 1.2, 1.5.
Whatever it's called. I will say this about Lion King 2. And because, Jamie, you saw and you remember, I'll say this. You just tell me if I'm right or wrong. Did the good guys not get lighter and the bad guys not get darker? Tell me if I'm lying. Tell me if Scar's nephew wasn't a little darker than Scar, and that whole pack was dark. And then you look at Simba and his family, and they light. And I'm just like, all right, hold on, Lion King, because we all supported Simba in that first one. Don't you get racial on me in this sequel. I watched that movie the other day, and I'm like, God damn.
But the main character was Scar's son or nephew or whatever. He was he came out on top.
The main character was Simba's daughter. It was 100% Simba's daughter. That's who we start with. We start with Simba's daughter, the whole journey of her, and then that's when she runs into Scar's nephew.
Kovu, yeah.
I
had a crush on Kovu. Kovu was.
So is Simba alive in this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You said his daughter, like, I was just wondering. I don't know.
No. Simba was more
they didn't pull a
Mufasa. No.
Okay.
But you remember how in the first movie, before obviously Mufasa died, Mufasa was like in the background. Simba was the focus.
Okay.
That's essentially just what they did with his daughter. So you can kind of get used to her, and he was just in the background. But no, he didn't die. There was a moment there where it was just like, I'll fuck somebody up. And they were like, nah, we won't do it twice. And I'm like, okay, all right, just be careful. Dom, I'm gonna go to you. What's your favorite Toy Story movie?
Well, I think it's pretty safe to say that I'm the oldest of the group. So when the first one came out, it was very much like in the heat of me being a kid. I'm toy heavy. All I want to do is play with action figures. And to see a movie where they come to life, like kid explosion, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So that one definitely has like a special place in my heart. And I remember I was living in Utah. My best friend was from Japan named Tayo. And we were going crazy watching that movie as much as possible because we had a movie theater within walking distance.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that movie, and just the fact, like I was obsessed with aliens at that time. And there was just a bunch of things that I was like, yes, this is made just for me. How did they know?
It's your moment.
Yeah. Dom had like a full movie checklist and was just like, all right, this is weird now. All of my boxes are checked.
Aliens,
what?
They're coming alive?
Right.
Yeah, like I can't pick my chin off the ground, Toy Story. No, it's funny because no one ever really knows my age till I give my movie takes, right? So it's always funny when I podcast with Joel, because he'll tell me like, yeah, you don't remember when Batman the Animated Series came out? Like, do you remember that? And I'm like, I'm sorry to say this, Joel, but I was just born when that came out. And he's just like, oh shit, how old are you again? And I'm like, I was only born in 93. Like, like any film knowledge I have is because my dad just passionately raised me on film so I could have conversations to where it's like, oh, how the hell do you know that? Are you like, you seem older? But no, I was born in 93. So all these cartoons that everyone expects me to say are the Grand Poobahs. I'm like, the Batman, the animated series is what I flock to. Spectacular Spider-Man is what I flock to. Those are my cartoons because I was old enough to know what I'm watching rather than just something that's on and I got a juice box in front of my face, right? So that's why it's like I got to constantly remind people. I was born in 93. You know what I'm saying? So all that was new to me. Lion King was already out. Dragon Ball Z had existed in the world already. So I'm like, all this shit happened, and I was goo goo gaga. Umbilical cord was cut. Yeah, I'm like, umbilical cord was just cut, and you guys are expecting me to go, yeah, I remember all of that. I remember none of that shit.
Look, I'm old enough to have been interviewed by the news as a kid on whether or not Power Rangers violence influenced violence in my own life.
Oh my God.
Wait, hold on, Dom, because I just had a full-on Kevin Hart, Don Cheadle moment when you said it. Like, damn. Ooh, I didn't mean to say it like that. Damn. By the time I was old enough, Tommy was on his third Power Rangers. So like, Dom's like, I remember when that shit started. I was like, oh damn. But Jesus Christ, oh God. All right, let's move on. Jeez Louise. All right, to answer your question, Lil Wolfie, we're moving on to talk about Chucky season 2.
I'm so excited. I loved the first season. Oh my God.
They did things that I was very happy about. Bringing in Brad's daughter to essentially become him, or the character really of Charles. There was just so much about it that was just like, you guys are hitting on a franchise I gave up on with, I think, what was the second one? Was it Bride of Chucky? Bride of Chucky. I stopped right there. I stopped in Bride of Chucky. I said, enough. No more. I said, I don't have enough room in my life. I only have enough room for one of you. I can either take Leprechaun going to the hood for the 4th time or Bride of Chucky. I can't do both. And I chose Leprechaun. And I've not regretted that. But the series was so refreshing. It really was. It dived into a lot of really cool things. It hit on a lot of the mythos of these last few movies that came out. Excuse me, obviously not the reboot, but the movies before the reboot. So I really, truly enjoyed it. I will always say my only issue with it is that I wish that the death of... Spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't seen it. Spoiler alert. Sorry, spoiler alert. But, wait, Jayla, you haven't seen it?
I lost my subscription. I just got it back like last month, so I have to watch it soon.
Wait, what did you leave off? Like episode number?
Oh my God. I have to rewatch
it. Or the last thing you remember?
I don't even remember much. I like legit have it's been so long. I don't remember that much. I remember like a little bit of the intro. I'm an awful fake horror fan, everyone.
No. It completely
happens. I know it's good.
It's really good. It really honestly is. And I usually always gauge by like if Dom is a muse, right? Like when it comes to horror, if Dom is like, I liked it, I'm like, okay, yeah, me too. I liked it too. Yeah, I liked it too. Because before I met you, Jayla, like Dom and AJ were where I would gauge horror. So if those two were scared by something, enjoyed something, or didn't enjoy it, I would just, all right, whatever they said. Those are the royalty of horror, whatever they say. But I really enjoyed what they did. I really did. I would have made a few choice changes. I won't get into it, obviously, not to spoil it for you, Jayla.
I'll watch it tonight. I swear I will.
No, stop putting things ahead of Star Wars: The Clone Wars, Jayla. Enough. Enough.
You were perfectly fine when you watched it. I know what you did last summer, which I still have thoughts about. I did not forget about that.
Okay, we will talk about that before the end of this show. Don't you worry. That's for sure.
So I think I can watch Chucky. I think it's allowed. Thank you very much.
Yeah, but I'm sorry, I can't publicly support that because then Jamie will feel as though she doesn't have to watch Clone Wars right now.
So I can't back you. Award winner. She can do what she wants.
I can't back you. You know, she did win an Academy Award. That is true. That is true.
You don't get those watching Clone Wars. That's all I say.
What did you say?
I said you don't get those watching Clone Wars.
Oh my God.
Wow. Okay. All right. So I know who will not be on the Kenobi show when we're breaking it down. Jamie. How dare you?
I got platforms.
Oh no, you did not. Okay. All right. So after this podcast, I'm gonna fire Jamie. Anyway, so Dom, I want to go to you. How excited are you about a season 2 of Chucky, or did you kind of feel like maybe it needed one season, kind of cap it off there, or are you excited for it to be coming back?
So I didn't watch it. I didn't get a chance to watch it.
What?
I didn't.
What?
But I do have thoughts though. I mean, so we saw. I know what you did last summer. It is very hard to take a franchise and serialize it. That's a hard thing to do. I mean, because when we see certain movies, we're like, oh, I wish they did this, but you don't want a series. But I think with success of, I know what you did last summer, and I've heard great things about Chucky, that they figured out a way to do that, which of course is great characters alongside who your villain, or if you see him as a villain, it depends on how you view things. But no, I mean, I definitely want to watch it. I'm glad there's a season 2, which means that horror is doing its thing, because it's hard to sell sometimes. Some people are not into. I know a lot of people that are just not into it. I'm more on. I've gotten more to the gory side of things. The gorier, the better. Mm-hmm. And then there's some who are like, I don't want to see any of that. So I mean, I'm glad it's working. But yeah, I mean, if season 2 is got greenlit, that means season 1 did well. So yeah, I'm excited to still watch it.
That's so good. It's so good. Oh my god.
Yeah, it made, like I said, it made decisions I wouldn't have made, but overall, I had a really fun time. And look, I thought that I lost my love for Chucky. Like I said, after Bride of Chucky, where it just got silly, right? Where it just got like, all right, how silly can I get?
Well, one of the ones before the reboot, I think it was Curse of Chucky.
Yes.
When he was like in the house and they had just found, that one was pretty decent. I'm not a huge fan of movies where you're stuck inside a house for the entire time.
I agree.
But I think that one was pretty decent though.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, because I'm like, if you can't get out, it's like, all right, this is kind of boring. I just know when I watch them, I'm like, I'm getting out. 100%. I don't care what's out there or what's trying to keep me in. You're not gonna. I'm out. If I gotta jump out a window and break my leg, I'm getting out. But to be fair,
so much, because I'm the exact opposite.
Because to be fair, Dom, me and you are the type though that like night one, if like a door shuts that we didn't close, we're already packing, right? So it's like we wouldn't get to the stage to where it's like, all right, now we're in a position where we can't get out the house. I already moved out and burned down the house. Like I'm already gone. I'm making sure nobody else has to experience this. I'm out. Deuces. But I will say, Jayla, the only movie I've ever fully supported that was Haunting.
I like Strangers too. The Strangers was good.
Check out The Lodge.
Strangers, you did kind of get in and out. It was a house movie, yes, but you did kind of get the scenery of out. Only for them to get back in. Now, a movie that I really support, because there is no house, is Vacancy. Fucking love that.
Oh my god.
Fucking love Vacancy.
It's a bottle film. It's still a bottle film.
I
really
love it. Films. I love it so much, because I'm like, all right, well, this is at least more entertaining because it's a hotel chain. So it's you trying to go to different rooms of the same one hotel, or motel rather, I guess is
Did
really
you like Ready or Not?
Yes.
Loved it.
But I mainly love that because I never really took that movie as a horror movie. I found it more comical at moments.
Horror comedy.
That's really no, for sure. They 100% do. But I mean, I think the way the trailer sold it to me when I saw it was that it was more spooky horror, completely gory. And then when you watch it, you're kind of like, this is fucking hilarious. Like,
I agree.
Really funny.
No, I agree.
So it took a little out of it for me. So it wasn't like Strangers is like, oh my God, hold on to your seat. It's pop-up scares. It's terrifying. It's gory. So it was more one of those, like, you got to get out of this house. I'm hyperventilating. I feel like I'm claustrophobic. You got to get me out of this house. But other movies, it kind of doesn't make me feel like that. But, yeah, horror is definitely back, Dom. It's a renaissance for it.
Oh, this year alone.
100%. Us getting Michael Myers back this year is also something to look forward to. But look, I will say this about season 2 of Chucky before I pass it to you, Sabrina. I want season 2 of Chucky to do the one thing I asked of the last Halloween movie.
I know. I feel like I know what you're going to say.
I want you to go full John Wick. I want it. I want it desperately. Michael Myers went full John Wick in the last one. I want Chucky to go full John Wick. You give me that, I'm already trying to give you an Oscar. That's all I'm saying. I'm already trying to give it to you. But Sabrina, are you excited for season 2 of Chucky?
Oh my god, yeah. I feel like we've talked about it in the past on here on like one of our shows, that I like that they're doing like horror franchises and shows now because it's like a different take. Right. But I like that it wasn't just like a new like kid or like new generation, but they brought back Andy and stuff like that. And hoping in season 2. I'm not saying the movies are good, but I really, really want to see Tiffany so bad, like full on Tiffany. I want to see his kids, really bad, really bad. Like I honestly thought like that they were like, because I know they referenced it, but like I really want to see them next season.
Yeah, and look, to that point, Sabrina, I will say for Dom and Jayla who haven't seen season 1 yet, it's very important that you watch Bride of Chucky on. Take out the Mark Hamill reboot. But it's very important you watch those core movies if you haven't already. If you have, that's something
I like about projects is like even if they did multiple sequels, they always try to like put little things from every movie into like one thing, so like they reference everything, so that it all counts. Whether
like so it's all connected.
So Bride, or like the first 3, or like Bride.
So Bride of Chucky, Cult of Chucky, and
Curse of Chucky.
Curse of Chucky.
And Seed of Chucky. And Seed of Chucky.
So all of them at the reboot.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
I thought you were just saying. Never mind. I got
no, because there's a main character in this series that you would have had to have seen those movies to be aware of who she even is.
I think I haven't seen like the most recent before the reboot is the one I'm missing.
Okay, yeah, definitely check that out because that's big into why that character is important.
Okay.
So yeah, it's definitely best to check that out. But Trevon, I'll pass it to you. Horror is your love over Power Rangers, Harry Potter. You just can't get enough of horror movies. So are you excited for Chucky to get a season 2?
Y'all can have that.
You almost just cursed at me, didn't you?
Listen. I'm glad, like y'all love that. Have at it. I was good. I'm good with the Goofy Chucky. I think I watched like. Okay, I don't know how this is gonna sound. My little sister is 5.
Mm-hmm.
She likes Chucky. I don't know why. I don't get it. I don't understand.
It's a kid thing. Most kids love Chucky. It's a doll that talks. Every kid's
trying to take off. I need her to like pull that back. Because she is like, she wants the doll, and I'm like, I'm not having that in my house. I'm not buying it. I'm sorry. You're going to be mad at me. So, I'm not having that in my house. I cannot go around a corner and see that. No, there's no way.
Yeah, you got to tell your sister, hey, we, as a community, we don't do that.
We don't fuck with that.
Yeah, we don't do that around here. Sorry. Ain't coming here.
But yeah, so I think I put the show on once, and I was watching it. I was like, okay, I don't know where this is going, but I don't want to find out either. So
I will tell you this, Trevon. So like you liked Bride of Chucky?
I did.
It's that. It's that.
Funny.
No, it's that. Yes, it's that. So were you okay with the gore of Bride of Chucky?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All it is that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's super jokey. It's super comical. It's getting back to what a lot of people feel are the proper roots of Chucky, which is the newer movies, right? Rather than Child's Play. So it gets back to the core of that.
Which one does he not think that he would like?
No. He was saying he likes Bride of Chucky, and I was saying it's pretty much just that. It's in the same vein. Yeah.
No, which one are you talking about that's in the same thing as Bride of Chucky?
The series.
Oh yeah. If you love those movies, you'll love the series. Like even then, like if you like Chucky, it's like I said the same thing with Scream. I'm not saying it's like the best series, but like if you like the movies, it's like it's just another take, you know? Just another cool.
Ooh, I don't know about that. I tried that.
The TV show.
God.
I liked it. I don't love it.
The Scream series?
No, what?
Scream series was hot, dude.
I was like, I don't love it. I don't like love it. Think it's like the greatest thing ever. I don't think that, but I did enjoy it for what it was. But you know, it's like whatever.
Man, that series was so trash when they announced they were doing Scream 5. I said, "Oh hell no!" Hell no. Let
Thank God
that
for
shit
radio
die.
silence.
I don't know. I just think it's another like I said, I don't mean this in a bad way, but I just think it's another cool take, I guess, on a character.
No,
it didn't have anything to do with the characters anyway. Like it was very separate.
It didn't, which was a blessing.
No, I'm talking about like Scream as a character. I mean, like I didn't mean like characters from Scream. Like I was talking about Scream in general. Like a character, yeah.
Okay, then that's different. Then I see where you're coming from. I
wasn't talking about like Sydney or no. Okay. I'm just talking about in general. Like
I didn't like the mask they did.
Like if they didn't put Andy.
No, go ahead.
I'm sorry. No, if they didn't put Andy in like this, I would say the same thing. Like, it's just another take on, like, just showing a new generation, like, you know, just try it on TV and see how it works kind of thing. And just showing another generation who haven't seen the movies to be like, hey, I like this show. Let me go back and watch everything. Just another,
I definitely looked at it.
Instead of just seeing another reboot in the theaters, you know what I mean? It's just another way to get fans to watch something.
Right. I definitely looked at it and I was like, oh, y'all casted Tiger for this show. Yeah, I'm not watching this shit.
Yeah.
You're not getting my viewership. Absolutely not.
I know. I didn't say it was the greatest thing. I get all this. It's valid. All this is valid. I'm just saying I enjoyed it, but I don't think it's the greatest thing.
That's fair. Wait, what'd you say, Trevon?
I'm trying to remember if he died or not.
Oh, God, I hope so.
That was a long time ago.
I hope he died when the show died. I hope when they killed the show, they were just going to kill everybody. But Jamie, you also, next to Trevon, are probably the biggest horror fan here. You just can't get enough of it. You're just like, horror. So how excited are you for season 2 of Chucky?
I'm very excited that a show that's bringing people lots of joy will continue.
I like that.
Oh, that was like the cutest thing. That was the most like, yeah, like the least toxic. Be like, it's not my cup of tea, but I'm glad it brings you joy. Like that's sweet. I love that. Jamie, you're such a ray of sunshine.
Look, I love the way that Jamie said it, because when Trevon says it to me, he always does it condescendingly. Like, I'm glad you liked it. Like, I'm glad you, Juwaan, specifically liked it.
But like, listen, like, I'm glad you liked it, but I fucking hated it. But no, you're like, I didn't like it. Like, you say it's so like positive, like you're still positive about it. You're like, you know what, I didn't like it, but I'm glad you did.
Hey,
Trevon just says it with like violence. He's like, you know what? Yeah, you liked it, but like you're wrong for liking it. That's how it makes you feel.
See, I guess I have the ignorance, because I haven't seen any of it, so I don't have anything to be mad about. So
none of Chucky? You've seen none of Chucky?
No.
But you know what it is. You know who he is.
Yeah. I'm like, I'll pass.
You've ever seen any of the Chucky movies?
I've seen probably bits and pieces, but never a full one.
Bits and pieces.
Okay.
What?
I mean,
too many to say bits and pieces.
I love Chucky, but like, it's not for everybody. I get it. You know, if you're not into like the killer doll thing, I get it.
Look, Jamie. Either you got to take one of the suggestions, right? Remember when me and AJ told you could watch Strangers at the peak of night with the door unlocked and wide open, right? Windows open, right? Right, with a sign that says "It's just me here."
If I could watch Strangers, movie, I would have never watched it. If I could rewind me ever watching,
go back in time. Like, hey, just don't.
I swear I would have never watched it.
Oh my god!
You like that movie? If you like that movie, Small Soldiers, the reboot is Small Soldiers with Killing.
See, that movie, even that movie alone, I feel like I didn't even see all of that. I saw, I think, the end of it, and I was messed up. I'm like,
hold on, you didn't see all of Small Soldiers?
To me. Listen, when did that movie come out? Let's ask ourselves that.
1998.
Exactly.
And
the fact that I even saw it a little bit, you should be grateful.
Why does the timeline matter? You've seen
because when I saw that, I think I could not have been above the age of 10. And seeing like, oh, they're alive. Oh, why are they kind of violent? Oh my god.
Man,
Toy Story.
Man, look. I treated my action figures with love, so I was never worried about that shit. I was more concerned about how I can weaponize them. Like, yeah, go beat his ass. Like, yeah, go beat that guy up. I love that movie with all my heart. Oh, that is a fucking classic. I love that movie.
Like, I could probably watch it now and be fine, but I kind of remember low-key being traumatized. Like, ever since I saw like the ending of that, I low-key started looking at my teddy bears different. Like, hey.
Now, if you want to talk about trauma, if you want to talk about trauma, the only movie that was obviously made for kids that traumatized me for years, still kind of does, but for different reasons. The Mask. I never after I saw that movie, I never wore another mask ever again. Because the way he was struggling to get that shit off, I was just like, why would anyone want to go through that?
Now, see,
never again.
That was the Goosebumps episode with the mask.
Yeah.
That did that for me. The one that goes over your whole head. I was like, I can't do that. Can't do it.
I tell you what, for years, I was the only Batman on the block with no cow. They was just like, where's your cow? I said, you shut your mouth. I don't wear cows. I don't wear cows, masks, helmets, nothing.
I didn't know
nothing that goes on and can't come off. That ain't happening.
No, because I worked at a haunted house where we had a room that was just, it was a shelf top to the floor to ceiling that was full of masks, just like from that Goosebumps episode. And I had to wear them sometimes. And it's awful. It is awful.
Nope, not me. Wrong one.
It was the Small Soldiers one, or I don't know the title. I'm not gonna lie. That one.
Small Soldiers. And,
Small Soldiers. Yeah, Small Soldiers, and the first live action Pinocchio was absolutely horrifying. They did not make that for children.
I don't think any Pinocchio movie is made for children. I think all of it is scary. The animated movie is everything.
The animated one is not.
Really? It terrifies me.
Scary.
It terrifies me.
I don't remember being scared by the animated one, but I also wasn't paying that much attention to it because I'm like, oh, it's a little puppet. Like, okay. But the live action one is terrifying. And I saw that they were doing another live action one. I'm like, why do you need to horrify every generation of children? What is wrong with that?
Oh, you for sure do. Because
like,
look,
why?
To a degree, those animated.
Oh my God, that's true.
So for a lot of 90s babies, right? Like Beauty and the Beast to me was terrifying, right? So I'm like, okay, yes. Again, remember when?
Okay, listen. If we're gonna like have this conversation, I find stuff scary that people like think are like the cutest thing. So, and I will never reveal that to you guys because you guys will clown me.
I don't blame anyone.
I was waiting for it.
No, because they're embarrassing. Like I got shit for it for my whole life.
No, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad.
They're bad. They're bad.
Okay, here you go. I'll soften the blow for you. You ready? All right. Let me ask you this: if I were to tell you that Beauty and the Beast scared me, what would you assume scared me in Beauty and the Beast?
Oh, I know.
When like during that fight, like with the whole at the end when like all the townspeople are going after him and he like goes like,
I'm gonna help you. It has nothing to do with the Beast.
Oh wait, can I guess now?
For sure, yeah.
All the talking cups and everything.
No.
Damn it!
Damn it! The time when Beast got like really mad at Belle and was like,
no. What scares the shit out of me
Jayla?
Every time I watch that movie is the motherfucking grandfather clock.
Oh my God.
That clock.
Okay, that does not. Okay, that actually makes me feel better. Thank you. Thank you.
Scares the living bejesus out of me every single time I see that fucking thing.
No, okay. You made me feel valid. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Will I be fired if I send you pictures of him? Just randomly.
No,
don't do that. That's not
nice. You won't be fired. You will be blocked though. That's 100%.
Blocked, reported. No.
Yeah.
Blocked and reported.
Yeah, but no. If I'm being honest with you, completely vulnerable. There are two things that scare me that get laughed at all the time, and it's because of the accents, I believe. But it is that clock, and then it is the salt and pepper from Blue's Clues. Fucking
no. No, not salt and pepper. Stop! I love them. I love them.
I will tell you right now, there is not a salt or pepper shaker in my home. Doesn't exist.
Stop!
I'm not
They were one of the best characters. Stop it! Stop it! No.
Nope.
I'm gonna cry. I'm like the biggest like Blue's Clues like defender. Stop this right now.
Have you seen Where the Wild Things Are?
Have I seen it? Yeah.
Yeah. You remember when the thing or whatever you want to call it got mad at the kid and started chasing the kid?
Yes.
Horrifying.
I'm right with you. I'm with you. I'm 100% with you. I'm with you.
Okay. All right. Now I feel valid. Thank you guys. I'll tell you. It's my mom thought it was the most ridiculous thing because my mom loved the movie, but I was like, I had like nightmares about it, and I still do. It's E.T. Like I'm definitely afraid of E.T.
Yes.
To a T. Like it's not even funny. It's like not even funny. Like
It's valid.
no, it's so bad. Like my mom loved that movie so much, and like I would cry every time I watched it. Like going on the ride, I cry. Like I remember like going on the ride, doing the bikes thing, and like I held on to my mom the entire time, like hysterical crying.
Now I will tell you this, Sabrina. It doesn't scare me. It just grosses me out because E.T. looks like if you're in a pool.
He looks like a walking pile of shit. I don't care.
No. If you're in a pool too long and you get all like wrinkly,
and he's like a walking pile. He's not cute. He's not cute. He's not cute. He's literally not cute. He's so scary.
I used to tell my mom.
I used to literally have nightmares. This thing would like come and abduct me. Like everyone else is like he's playing with children. Like he's best friends with Elliot, and I'm like thinking he's gonna like come like probe me. Like it's bad. And like that's why I'm scared of aliens. Nothing else. Not even watching documentaries because of that one character is why I'm scared of aliens. It's like not even funny.
All I saw was the trailer for E.T. and I was scared.
My mom like religiously loved that movie. My mom's like, "What's wrong with you?" And I'm like, "I don't know." I'm like, "But this is a scary movie, and like the fact that it's your favorite movie terrifies me very much."
I used to tell my mom, like, I think E.T.'s in my closet and I'm terrified.
I swear to God, I used to every night. No, every night. I used to make my mom and my dad check my closet because I was scared that he was in there. Like it was that. Like I had like, yeah, it was bad.
Hold on, because Dom's been laughing a lot. Get vulnerable. You name something that terrified you, Dom.
Yeah, Dom.
Yeah, get vulnerable.
I'm laughing because I grew up with an E.T. stuffed animal in my house for like forever, and that's hilarious. Not much bothers me, man. I don't know, man. I've seen a lot of stuff in real life.
Even as a kid, not now, but as a kid.
Oh, I grew up watching like 3 years old, watching like Chucky and like all the horror movies with my uncle.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you're the wrong one.
The one thing that kind of, I guess, if anything, kind of like every time I see it, I cringe a little bit. Is like the E.T. knockoff, Mac and Me.
Mac and Me's cinema. It's pure cinema.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I don't know, something about his like, I don't know. He looked like a blowfish.
I'm with you there.
The stomach, and I don't know, he looks weird.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Yeah, I mean, look, if I had to make a list of shit that scares me, Iago, whatever the fucking name from Aladdin, that terrifies me. What else? Like really fucking shakes me.
I got one. The live action Chipmunks, or the live action thing they did in that movie.
Of Alvin and the Chipmunks?
Yes.
What?
Wow, oh my God.
Okay. That's interesting.
I love this conversation.
I got another one. I mean, it's not like the character, it's a noise that freaks me out. So in War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise, I remember seeing it in theaters when I was a kid. The noise that the aliens make when they grab, that scares the shit out of me.
Oh, if we're going by noises, then what takes the fucking cake is The Grudge. That fucking takes the cake.
No, it's just like, I don't know, it's just like, I think like if something was like terrorizing the world, like it took whatever, but like the noise of that scared me so bad.
All right, and last one, and then we're moving on. No, I'm gonna go to you, Jayla. But last one before I pass it to you, Jayla. If we're gonna go noises, do not judge. But it would scare me because of how high he would go when he would sing it.
Oh, no.
When Steve would sing, when he would sing about mail, when he would sing about.
Oh, stop! Juwaan! No, stop it! No.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
That's
like
Juwaan.
The way he ends it, when he like extends it, when he ends it.
That's his best part.
I fucking hate it. I hate it.
No, I'm actually mad about this. No, I'm mad.
I have a Blue's Clues Pop Funko Pop.
So do I. That's my girl. Steve was like literally my first like love. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, I can't do that. No.
Jump scare alert for Juwaan, but
no, thank you. No, Blue doesn't scare me.
That's cute.
But you sing about mail and I'm gone. You sing about
mail. That was like the best song.
I still sing that song.
I literally know everything by heart. It's bad.
Oh
sing that
man.
shit. I will end this podcast right now. Don't sing that.
I'll sing it. I'll sing it. I don't care.
In this podcast. Don't sing it. I will end this podcast.
I won't do it.
That shit shakes me to my core, man. I still to this day don't check mail. Everything is electronic. Don't send shit to my house.
Oh my god.
I'm so tempted. I'm so tempted because that's like my favorite song.
Yeah, no, don't do that. That is a very, very easy way to end our friendship. I
that actually hurts me.
It terrifies me.
That hurts me so bad.
Don't do that. Please don't do that. Anyway,
Steve's
Jayla,
my boy. Stop.
Stop. Against Steve, but that song. No, don't do that. But go ahead, Jayla.
This entire talk is why I love horror movies so much. Because everyone has something they're scared of, and it's such like a relatable feeling.
Yeah.
It's like you think the grandfather clock is in your closet, or you think ET's in your closet. The dread feeling of something being in your closet is something we all relate to. I just, I love hearing stuff like that. So if I was laughing, I wasn't laughing at you.
You could actually have a grandfather clock in your closet, though. I would watch out, Juwaan. Like it's much more likely than having ET in there.
Y'all say that, but when you hear on Eyewitness News, local man burns down his home. He says it was because of a clock in his closet. You'll know exactly who the hell they. You're like, damn, that's specific as hell. That has to be Juwaan. Yeah, that was me. Damn right, that was me. It's the mustache. I'm sorry. It's just the mustache. It's the fucking mustache.
So, like, when the clock looks like this, you kind of have a problem with it.
Any mustache you put on a clock with eyes, I'm gone. I'm out of here.
So, how do you feel about Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared?
What's that?
Stop! That scares me. Oh my god, that scares me so bad. I literally had a breakdown watching them. Like oh my god, they're so scary.
There's a clock.
No, stop. Juwaan, I'm telling you this. If you're scared of the grandfather clock from Beauty and the Beast, this will scare the shit out of you.
Okay, we're gonna go to our comments. Now. Sith Morrison says, I used to be scared of mirrors because the movie Mirrors. That's fair.
Yeah, I was scared of mirrors because of the
I love this vulnerability right now. I love this.
Mirrors terrified me. The movie terrified me for a while. Absolutely.
The movie did it to me.
Lil Woofy says, I'm scared of holes, even though they have a movie named Holes. Yeah, look,
Trypophobia.
Holes. Yeah,
look. I have trypophobia too.
Me too. Nope.
I can't laugh at all because if anything, Holes made me scared of holes more because it's like, damn, you dug really fucking deep. Like people had to help you out of that hole. So it looks like one person can't get out of it.
I'm terrified walking over those grates.
It's no anyone knows.
Yes, Trevon. Yes.
Terrified of those.
Yes. Go ahead, Jayla.
If anyone knows Junji Ito, I'm probably mispronouncing his name so bad. There is many shots in his book Uzumaki. If you don't like holes, don't stay away. Stay far away.
Gladly.
I could not. I almost couldn't finish it. It was. I'm sure you know which one I'm talking about. Jamie.
I do.
I feel like I've seen a little bit of that, and I quickly was like, no longer need to look at that. I haven't gotten into Junji Ito's content, but I've heard it's really good. It's just like, getting over that initial, like, this is horror, but it's a book, so I can put it down. Getting over that hurdle, like, let's do it. It'll be okay.
It's so good. Very Lovecrafty and very freaky. Took me back to Scary Stories Told in the Dark, but adult.
Oh my god, yeah.
Something.
That's what his illustrations bring out in me.
One of my greatest fears is like getting a parasite and then like seeing it come out of your skin. Ugh.
Oh god!
See, I'm very interested by that.
I'm very interested
by that. Yeah, clocks, no, but parasites, pretty interested.
What?
No.
Yeah, I'm pretty interested in that. Yeah, it comes out of me. Yeah. I want to know its thoughts. Look, I loved fucking Malignant, so it's like, yeah, fuck yeah. If I can get that, hell yeah. You serious?
You loved what?
I love Malignant. The movie Malignant.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it's a horror movie.
Issue I deal with.
I 100% would love that because I would just go to random bars and start shit and then just be like, yo, take over.
Yeah, I see. Okay, I think
that's how it works.
I don't think that's how it works at all.
No, horror movies are great. Like, I always loved them, but I think joining this podcast and like definitely like being with Blake too, like I've got definitely like branched out to wanting to watch more horror movies Because, like, me and Blake literally watched, like, 3 last night. Because, like, we've downloaded Shudder, and now, like, we find, like, everything on there.
Yeah,
and, like, our goal is to...
It's a really dark place to be sometimes, but it also has some hidden gems in there.
Oh my god, yeah. Like, yeah. No, like, we picked some really good ones. And, like, but I think it's, like, it can be a little overwhelming because, you know, we can, because there's so many to pick from.
Right.
But, like, our goal is to just get through everything one day. To, like, have, like, almost watch everything. Not, like, the new stuff that they're gonna add, but, like, almost.
I'm sure Dom probably has recommendations when it comes to Shudder. I'm sure Dom's like, yeah, I know the good shit there. All right, let's move on. I want this to be our last topic, and I want us to have fun with this, okay? So I'm gonna start here. No, I'm not gonna start here. Sorry, I'm not gonna start here. But we're gonna go. The topic that I couldn't wait to discuss with you guys is what has been the worst fandom that you've ever seen? It doesn't have to be that you've interacted with. It could just be that you've scrolled. And that
I'm not gonna say anything.
You guys, no, Sabrina, ours is the same. So we can just wait to be last. Ours is the same. But I'm very curious because I scroll through Twitter a lot. Tend to often not say anything like in response to just the foolishness that I see. But I see a lot of shit that I'm just like, oh my God, there are thousands of people that think just like this guy. Like he just said the most craziest shit I've ever heard. And then you look and it's like 25,000 people are following him. And I'm like, no way. No way other people think this. There's no way on God's green earth. So Dom, I will start with you because you very much seem to be like somebody that doesn't respond to the bullshit you probably see on a regular basis. So what fandom has been that fandom that you've just seen that you're just like, oh, hell no, get me the hell up out of here?
Well, I'm gonna say one that I did interact in this one, and this is like when Tumblr was popping.
Oh my God.
It's the Whovians. When they were talking about making a woman doctor, it got so ugly. It can't be a woman. I'm like, it's an alien. It can be whoever it wants to be. Like, it just got real bad, and you know, it was so out of left field because if you meet Whovians, they're all like, oh yeah, look at my scarf, my jacket. It's all good all the time. But once they were like, hey, we're gonna have this female doctor, they went fucking nuts. And I don't know where it came from. I mean, it was weird. It's very weird to see. I saw some of it in person a little bit at one of the conventions here, and it was one of those ones where, like, if I was really that invested, I would have squared up with somebody. Like, we don't talk like that. Because it's just one of those things where it just kind of exposes a lot of guys, like, difficulty with women in general, and it's confusing to me. But I grew up around women, so like, I'm comfortable. Some of these guys, it's just like, what is your issue? I don't understand. And I think I've seen that across all fandoms. Whenever women take the lead, they have an issue, and I don't get it.
Right. And you know what? I'm going to piggyback off of you, Dom. So, Sabrina, I know ours is the same, so I'm going to let you go with it. I'm going to choose a different one. So, the worst fandom that I come across is, and I'm sure we've all seen this before, but the quote-unquote comic book fans that will tell you, I'm not racist, but there's no way Superman can be black. Right?
Oh, yeah.
And it's just like, I think people sometimes forget that Superman is drawn white, but is an alien. So there is nothing about Superman that cannot be literally any race or gender that it chooses to be. It was just drawn white, right?
Well, that goes for like any character.
Really any character, but there are a few, because this is what I had to experience when I first created Geek Vibes Nation on our Facebook page. When I was like, Superman 100% can be black. And they're like, well, what if I made Luke Cage white? Or what if I made T'Challa?
No, that's not the same thing. And people are like, oh, that's, no, that is not the same thing. That is not the same thing.
Because what you're not going to tell me is that in the 60s, a white man was running Harlem. It's what you're not going to tell me. And that's the whole essence of Luke Cage. Like,
it's definitely what I had the conversation about on Wednesday. It was like, most of the time that stuff doesn't matter. Like, because I know a lot of people were arguing with this with Jeffrey Wright as Gordon. You know,
there's nothing about his Gordon that says he can't be black.
Yeah, and like the only time that like that will ever matter if their ethnicity and their race is an important part of their character.
Yes, like the character's name is Black Panther. If he takes off that fucking mask and there's a white man underneath that, it kind of feels like you've changed the character, right? Like Superman's name isn't White Superman, and then you have him black, because then I'd be like, oh, you have a valid point. He's just Superman. What about him? And that's why I love Stan Lee saying, like, it was a happy accident, but for him, Spider-Man was supposed to be anybody, right? So that's why when they created Miles, when they created Silk, when they created Spider-Gwen, it meant a lot, because it's like, well, literally anybody could be under that mask, right? It's an everyday person, right? So that's why I'm like, when you get the people, and I always say, if you have to say you're not racist before the remark you're about to say, it already cancels out everything you're about to say after that. You've already struck, oh, you're racist. It's just something you don't have to defend, right? Like, if I go out and I'm like, man, Spider-Man's my favorite superhero, I'm not racist, but I just prefer Spider. Like, what was the need of that? Like, that has nothing to do with anything. But to me, that is one of the worst fandom I come across, that believe you can't gender bend, you can't race swap.
Yeah.
Because it drastically alters the character.
I just
never understand that.
Like earlier this week where someone had drawn a character from an anime that's coming out, Spy Family. They had drawn like one of the little girl character black, and all these people, all these racist people, kind of was like, "Oh, what did you do to her? Like, why did she look like that? You draw her like a hooker or something like that." I'm like, y'all, that just shows like the way that you were raised and like the people you surround yourself with, and you're just embarrassing yourself at this point. I'm like, it is literally, these are fictional characters. They could be literally like whatever. And it would not matter. So it's insane to me that people care that much.
And here's the biggest problem. Because like people are like, well, that's what it originally was. Why change it? I'm like, well, that's the biggest problem. Make an original
character if you want it to be black.
But here's the biggest problem about that. And I'm glad you said that, Jamie. It's Trevon. Me and you had this conversation numerous times. It's what I always talk about. It's how people scream, oh my God, stop doing remakes and reboots and give me an original movie, right? And like I said, the Green Knight will come out and no one fucking sees it, right? So then it's like, okay, when you say create an original character, cool. Now, if Jaime Blue Beetle wasn't getting a movie, right? How many people do you think are talking about Blue Beetle? Not many, right?
No.
Not many at all, right? So the only way to get the conversation started is to do something drastic, like create Miles Morales, right? Now it's a new conversation to be had. Now you're aware that these things can work, and it doesn't change anything, right? So to me, my biggest issue is just characters were drawn to look white, right? But there's nothing about those individual characters that says you cannot be any other race but white, or the character is diminished. That's the problem society doesn't understand, and that's the problem I always have when people get so butthurt. And I'm with you, Dom. That's why I said I wanted to piggyback off you. There are some so-called men that are just terrified by women. They are just terrified, bro. Terrified. And it's crazy to me because it's like, what do you think is being taken from you if they make this character a woman? Like, what do you think you now don't have? Right? Like, I don't know. I'll never understand that, man. I really do think it's pathetic. I really do. Like, look, you guys know how much I love Batman. If someone came tomorrow and said Batman's now a woman, I'd be like, well, how are you going to pull that off? I'm intrigued. I wouldn't go, oh, burn the world down. Burn it all down. No way in hell. No. I'd very much be like, well, how are you going to pull this shit off? Like, what is going to be the story for this? How are you going to convince us of how this works? That's more so what my mindset is. It's never a game, you know?
See, I mean, like, to kind of piggyback off of that, what you're saying is a lot of people, whether they're doing something in the comics or not, a lot of people complain about stuff like that. They're like, oh, Superman's doing this, whatever. It's like, if you don't read the comics, like, what does it matter? Like, why do you care?
What are you basing it off of?
Like, if they made Superman black, like, who cares? If you don't read the comics, who fucking cares? You literally don't have a right to fucking complain.
I don't know. We just live in a world where people are just like,
it's
oh my
usually
God.
like dude bros that are like talking about it and they're like, oh, I want to read Batman comics anyway. Like they just watch movies and and they get to complain about it. It's like, no.
But we unfortunately just live in a world where people just randomly are like, bro, is it sunny? Why the fuck is it sunny? Let me get on Twitter and just shit talk about the sun. And it's like, bro, what? Like, go ride a bike. Like, go ahead, Jamie. I'm sorry.
That's making me think about like why I got invited onto the podcast when talking about like Falcon and the Winter Soldier and all those people. There was like such huge controversy because they were making I would say like pretty subtle like political commentary on like racial relations and like how politicians deal with it until the very end, which they were very on the nose, and I was like, all right, it's a little too much. But while they were making all these subtle comments, people on Twitter were going crazy, like, oh my God, like why can't I just have something that's entertaining without having to deal with like all this real world BS? And then people were like pointing to comic book issues, were like, well, actually, the comics were very much so like pointing at political issues that were happening in real life and trying to like
the entirety of the X-Men.
Yeah,
I think people forget. I think people forget how Captain America came to be. That was extremely political. Are we serious right now? That was political.
His name is Captain America.
Yes,
I don't know what you're expecting.
Like, yes, yeah, 100%. And I'm like, the importance of, and I agree with you, Jamie. It sometimes did become like an after-school special, but Falcon and the Winter Soldier doing what it did was important because if that shit happened today in the real fucking world, the people would go bananas. So you gotta invoke these conversations so it just becomes normal. Like I said, when a movie has two men kissing, two women kissing, I want it to be as normal as if a man and a woman kiss. So we're not making a big deal about it like, oh my God, Jared Leto did that. He needs an Oscar. Like, bro, it's a regular fucking thing.
Yeah, I get
relax.
Yeah.
And Trevon, we can even speak to and I won't even say change, but what they did with Dumbledore, right? Mm-hmm. To me, I looked at that and that was just as normal as if they told me Dumbledore had a fucking wife, right? Like there was nothing like, oh, what? No, bro. Like it's life. You know what I'm saying? It's not weird. It's not different. It's just life. You know what I'm saying? So to me, that's just how I look at it. And I'm like, I want to get into a space where race, gender, whatever is just normal, right? It's not something we have to make a big fuss about. It's just normal. Yeah, we see it and we're just like, there we go. Then by all means, lead right into it, Trevon. Go ahead.
Yeah, I guess it's not a specific fandom. It's just geek culture when it comes to homophobia for me. It's just like, and I also get really tired of them having to announce that this stuff is in these movies way before it comes out, and I'm like, it's like you're welcoming it's like you want the backlash of it or something, because people start attacking it before it comes out.
Or like, Trevon, I think it's more so of people trying to use it. I'm
happy about it, but it's like
I think people are trying to use it as a badge of honor. Like, look at us. Look what we did. I hate it. I know. I'm with you. I'm 100% with you.
Like I remember, I didn't know that they were doing it in the latest Power Rangers season. Dino Fury, the Green Ranger. She like in the episode, like her brother's like trying to get her to like this guy, and she's not having it. I noticed it right away. I'm like, oh, she don't like the boy. She's like the girl over there. But it's like eventually he gets there, and it's and it's not a big deal, but it's still really cool that they did that, because Power Rangers was supposed to be always about diversity and stuff like that, to the point where they're finally doing that, which is why I was really excited about. Another reason why I was really excited about the Power Rangers movie, because Trini was like discovering herself in that movie, which I really thought was cool. Also, they're finally not afraid to do some of this stuff. Like, it's normal. Like, you don't have to be boy girl all the time. So I don't know, that type of stuff really annoys me. Like, even like you talk about the Fantastic Beasts, if I could nitpick something about that movie, they put that in the beginning so they can easily cut it off.
100%.
And it's just like, it
was a big issue in the beginning and a small issue at the end. Nothing in between. Yeah, I agree.
And I was like, I get it. Like, I get why I'm happy they did it, but I was like, they did this so they could easily.
Sorry.
Bless you. Which is funny, Trevon, because remember when Harry Potter first came out, that parents were so against it because they thought it was of the devil, like, you know, no witchcraft, this movie shouldn't exist. And it's like, all right, so JK, if parents were trying to ostracize you and make you feel that you weren't unique, you weren't special, why wouldn't you want to take something like that and highlight it? Make it something very important. Make it something that is, of course, again, normal and not meant to be paraded, but just bring more awareness to it. Why would you kind of just make this like an open and shut thing? You know, because it was beautiful how they explored it, but then it was kind of just like, now back to your regular scheduled programming. And it's like,
I guess I think that's like for me, you know, getting into the Grindelwald and the Dumbledore thing. I knew that. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, we're getting to the battle. But I also knew, I said, oh, they were together. How much he gonna dig into that? How much he gonna dig into it? I was just really excited about that too, and the fact that we finally got, you know, it's like real subtle, and then they had that scene, and I was like, oh, this is cute, but y'all copped out a little bit to put this right here. Yep. But you know, it's fine. I get it. But yeah, I wish that would, like you said, want to be normal, just be like I don't know. I'm just usually if I find out like just I want it to be I just want it to be normal. I just want it to be a thing. Like they don't have to announce it, they don't have to parade around.
Right.
Like, hey, look. Like I'm like, okay. Yes, I'm happy to sit there. I'm gonna watch it, yes, but
right.
Like, you know, yeah, I don't know.
I mean, no, look, I'm with you. And look how long we had to wait for so many things to just be normalized in society, right? And it's like, it has its day, but to me, I just want people to be more brave and just say, no, fuck it. India, you don't want to show my movie. China, you don't want to show my movie because of it. Fuck it. We're doing it. It's happening. We don't care, right? And to me, when you do that, it kind of just forces the world to either get on or get out of the way, right? And that's a mentality we need to be in, to where it's like we're either all one or we're all one and you're over there, right? Like your little lonely, miserable ass could just be over there, but we're all on the same page.
Did Marvel remove it from Eternals? Because I remember they were making a big deal about that. I'm trying to remember.
I don't remember.
Keep it in, and the movie just didn't get shown in China.
It just didn't get shown in China. I think.
Yeah.
I think.
I appreciate that, but they're just like, look, I don't care. We still will keep it in there.
Well,
like,
to be fair, Marvel was definitely like, well, Shang-Chi made a lot of money, and Spider-Man's right after this, so we'll be okay. We'll be okay. We just won't make any more Eternal movies. Maybe.
Oh, and I want to say one thing about what Jamie said earlier about, you know, the racial tones or whatever, or when a character gets changed from to be black or whatever. Because I remember the backlash of Fantastic Four when they announced that with Josh James.
Yeah,
that was crazy. I was like, y'all serious? Oh, y'all this bad? Like, it's Michael B.
Now, can I say what's even funnier about people getting upset about that? You will rarely find Fantastic Four comics that Johnny is in regular form more than he is in flame form. So I'm like, if you're reading a comic where majority of that comic he's in flame form, you're telling me 2 pages is what's making the difference for you. 2 pages of showing that white face, and you're just like, you can't ruin that for me. Bro, he turns into fire. It's like he's fire majority of this.
Can't even tell what he is once he's
You can't tell what he is once he's on fire. What are we talking about here? Right? What are we talking about? That'd be like me saying, whoa, Ben Grimm is Indian? What are you doing? It's like, bro, he's a rock the whole movie. You don't see what race he is. Outside of maybe an accent, you wouldn't even know what the fuck his skin color was. What are we talking about here? So that's why I say you can't say I'm not racist, and then that's your very next statement. Because then it's like, well, I don't think you heard yourself. You're complaining about a guy that's orange for an entire movie, not being white underneath? All right. That sounds a little suspect.
Usually I'm not racist, but just isn't a good statement at all.
Let's not forget Little Mermaid.
Don't get me started on that.
Man.
Man, look. Someone
People
told me.
was pulling in geography and stuff.
I remember specifically this woman told me that Lion King was the first like Black animated movie, and I was like, "Ma'am, they're tigers or they're lions. They're in Africa."
Why did you associate that with us? Like, the hell? Why did that become an us thing? I don't think anybody Black is ever like, yeah, we got Lion King.
No, it was. She wasn't Black.
No. I'm saying I don't think us as a community would be like, yeah, we got Lion King. Yeah,
right,
that's us.
Yeah, absolutely not. Yeah.
Hell no. What the hell? That's like H&M putting out that hoodie that said coolest monkey in the jungle. Like, and you think we're wearing that?
I'm almost done,
Mom. You got your goddamn mind. So yeah, that's wild as hell for sure. All right, Jamie, I want to go to you. What's the fandom that leaps out to you that's annoying?
Well, I guess the art Twitter with them like not being okay with like gender bending and race bending, like that was one of them. And then this might get me a few haters, but PlayStation fanboys and girls, they just hate for no reason. And it's like, God, I would hate to be an Xbox fan right now. And you never see, or I would say you rarely ever see Xbox people being like, oh my God, like, I would hate to be a PlayStation person right now. And, you know, like, the crazy part is, I feel like Xbox is giving people the better deal as far as, like, games, the volume of games compared to like what you're playing on your console. And PlayStation fanboys are still like, oh my God, but you won't be able to play Horizon. Except we might be able to because it might be coming to PlayStation, or not PlayStation, it might be coming to PC. So you know, you're losing your exclusives too.
I mean, no, but
it's annoying.
To your point, Jamie, there's no better feeling than when I was watching Halo, right? And I'm like, fuck, I want to play Halo. I'm like, I'm not really looking to spend money. And Xbox was just like, money? No, you got Game Pass, right? There's 6 Halos you could download for the cost of $0. And I'm like, well, thank you, Xbox. Meanwhile, PlayStation's just like, you want to play Uncharted? You got money? I don't think you want to play Uncharted. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Yeah. It's like, well, that's the biggest difference to me. That's awesome.
PlayStation's attempt at a Game Pass, like the Project Spartacus, like it didn't even really turn out to be like a Game Pass. It's just like improvement on PlayStation Plus, but not even really bringing some of the things that I was asking for. So I will still not be getting PlayStation Plus, but it, like, regardless of that, I enjoy both platforms, but it makes me want to side with Xbox even more because they just like will go out of their way to go onto Xbox's accounts on social media and be like, hey, this game is coming to Game Pass, or hey, like we just talked with these developers and we're excited to be working with them. And they're like, oh my God, it would suck to be an Xbox fan, or oh my God, why would they do this? They're gonna like run themselves into the ground. And I'm like, why can't we just be friends, guys? Why can't we all just enjoy video games? Like, why do you have to be like this? There's no reason. There's absolutely none. That's the fandom that gets me. It's not all PlayStation fans, but
yeah, no. I 100% agree with you. And look, as somebody that has been Xbox since it first came out and never went back to PlayStation, I have always been of the mindset of just like, look, it's just a preference. It's just a preference. I personally prefer Xbox because the controllers are bigger, right? Like PlayStation, I feel like it's so small, like I'm gonna break it. You know what I'm saying? Xbox are just made for my hands. Oh, okay, no, but it took to get to now, is what I'm saying. It took to get to now. To me, that's the only reason. Not because I think Xbox is superior or PlayStation is inferior. It's just comfortability. That's it. But a PlayStation fan would make you feel like shit because of that.
I'll tell you how I got into it. Spider-Man. That's the only reason.
There you go.
I swear.
Yeah, very fair. Very fair.
Absolutely agree.
Yeah, I mean, shit.
Has a lot of good titles. So
I tell you what, PlayStation pulling out Spider-Man is the equivalent of like when you got Uno, right? And then somebody's just like, oh, okay, draw 4, and then draw 8, and you're like, God damn you, dog. Damn you. Mm-hmm. That's what PlayStation did. They're like, oh, you like an Xbox.
They're pulling Wolverine
hold on too tight.
Yeah,
like,
Wolverine.
Even the Avengers game. only on PlayStation to play Spider-Man. I was like, that is some real
I'm telling you, man, Sony
keeping.
was just like, okay, y'all like Xbox shit, huh? All right, bet. Watch me drop this heat fire. That's only us. It's like, damn you, man. Fucking suck. But Jayla, just in case you do have to end up going soon, did you want to give us your what fandom sticks out to you?
Yeah. I don't know if I could pick a particular fandom because I see this happen a lot. No respect to the people that make the content. Being overly demanding, being upset at inconveniences when it comes to game developers not understanding what they're going through. And Jesus, I mean, I've seen some people go off on game developers who are just trying to do their best. Like they're already overworked.
Trevon looking guilty.
Already overworked and underpaid.
You're part of the problem.
But no.
I only do it for one game. I'm so sorry.
Trevon, look, I'm right with you. I do it for numerous games. Look, if y'all think that I didn't try to put some hexes on Insomniac for not giving me Spider-Man 2 immediately, yeah, I'd be lying to you.
Look, I got 2 Hawkeyes back to back, and I'm about to get another Thor. I'm sorry, I can't.
I understand when they said they were delaying Breath of the Wild 2. I just kind of sat there with it and I was like, just calm down. Like, these people have lives, they have families to take care of. And I feel like, I honestly think it's really great that we're very passionate about these series, that we take the time out of our day to try and get these devs like, hey, do it now. Do it now.
I bought a voodoo doll of what I thought Mr. Insomniac looked like. So yeah, I'm very passionate.
No, it's just like there's a very fine line of like, oh man, I hope this gets done soon, and like death threats.
What? Yeah, the death threats. Is extreme.
I don't do that.
Ryan Johnson got death threats from Star Wars fans. A lot of
that might have been
Star
fair.
Wars fans.
Not the cast, but Ryan Johnson.
I just add the Marvel Avengers Twitter. I don't find a developer. I don't know who developed. I just hit the Marvel Avengers Twitter.
Let me be very clear. GVN does not condone violence. We don't support it. We're against it. But I would be lying if I said that some real hateful speech wasn't thrown towards Ryan Johnson when I left that movie. I left that movie and I just said,
feeling it's one thing, saying it and like saying
I didn't post it on Twitter.
Yeah,
I didn't do that.
The thing.
Yeah. No, I'll never like say it to his face, but I can agree.
No,
what was the actress in the second Star Wars that like got bullied off Twitter?
Yes.
Well, like it's happened multiple times. It's happened with Jake Lloyd. It's happened with Hayden Christensen. Happened with Jar Jar Binks.
Daisy Ridley.
Not deserve that at all.
Daisy Ridley.
It's ridiculous. Honestly, mine's definitely Star Wars. Like, I like sometimes. Listen, no fandom's perfect, but sometimes, like when it comes to Star Wars, like I'm sometimes embarrassed to call myself Star Wars fan because of the way they act.
Star Wars.
Star Wars and Batman.
I thought you were going somewhere else.
Oh wait. I don't want to mention them because I know somebody's gonna come for me if I mention it.
I'm not going to.
You got right. I'm going there. Hell yes, I'm going there.
Do it.
They make me so sick.
I know you're gonna say.
That's why I didn't say it.
I'm gonna say this right now. This fandom is so toxic. I almost gave up being a DC fan forever, for the rest of my life, because the Snyder.
It's bad. It's bad.
Are despicable. And it's not the whole Snyder.
Okay, no. Let me just piggyback off of what Juwaan's saying. There's a difference between being a Snyder stan and a fan and being a cultist. The cultists are awful. Like they're bad.
Yes.
They scare me.
Yes, the cult.
No, like they're bad. Like I've had them in my mentions. I have so many people saying that like I betrayed them, and I'm like, because I'm a Batman fan.
Yes. So here's my issue. Right? And I told you guys this is where I lost my respect for Ron Perlman, right? Because it's like, bro, you were Hellboy. You weren't going to be the only Hellboy in the history of Earth, right? So when David Harbour got cast, he just spent days upon days just shit talking David. And I'm like, bro, and that movie never had a fair shot. never had a fair shot.
Sorry.
And I swear to you, if you're a true Hellboy fan, like of the character, not the actor, it dug so deep into the mythos of the actual character. It was brilliantly done.
You know what? I won't even lie to you. I haven't seen the new Hellboy.
Honestly, no, I'm the same way. I don't know everything about Hellboy, but I loved Ron Perlman as Hellboy. That I was like, I don't want anyone else ever playing him again.
Yes,
I was affected by the community.
That's my problem.
Yeah,
that's my problem.
I loved him that much in those movies because like that was like my favorite.
I like the new one. Me too. I took Mason to see it. I probably shouldn't have, but I took him to see it.
Okay, my favorite Ghost Rider when it came out.
Oh my God, Nicolas Cage is no Ghost Rider. That's my boy. See, like those are my two favorite like non-Batman comic book movies. I love those movies. Stop it, Juwaan.
To be
Juwaan, stop it!
It scared me so bad we had to leave and go see a Tyler Perry movie though. So
I love Ghost Rider. That's like what I was. I had an obsession with that movie when I was a kid.
I will say this: that first Ghost Rider is legit. I have nothing bad to say.
I love the first one.
But that is very much a franchise that when they said they were not making anymore, I said, "Oh, thank God! Oh, fucking thank God!"
They're very much a product of their time. I wouldn't say like Ghost Rider is like one of my favorites, but it's such a pure product of the time. Nick Cage had so much fun with the character that you kind of have to have fun with him. You can't help it, honestly.
But I will say this, Jayla, my biggest thing about the Snyder cult is I wholeheartedly believe they are the thing that I've been trying to expose in geekdom for years now. And that is people that are fans of actors and directors and people that are fans of characters. There is a difference, but that fandom would have you believe that they are fans of both. And what I always say is, if you're fans of both, here's how I can easily disprove that, right? When Ben said he was gone, the Snyder purist said, fuck Batman, I'm done with that.
And by the way, he said he was like, it was unhealthy for him, and they still want him to do it.
Literally, like, I say it all the time, and, like, it's bad. Like, if I tweet this, I'm gonna get attacked tomorrow about it. But, like, because I said, like, now that I'm, like, saying this out loud and not, like, being quiet about it, people are like, oh, you're betraying it. It's the truth. There's a difference between being a Batfleck stan and a Batman stan. At the end of the day, I loved Ben Affleck as Batman. He was my favorite Batman up until before this movie came out. But at the end of the day, I love Batman, and, like, I don't just stand the actor who's playing him. Yeah. I love the character. I read all the comics about him. Like, I'm a Batman stan account. Like, I'm a Batman fan, not just an actor. And, like, there's nothing wrong with just having an actor. That's fine. But don't sit there and call yourself a Batman fan and then hate on the Batman because it's not Ben. I'm sorry. That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
Yes. Or don't hate on the Batman, but then tell me you like anything from Nolan's trilogy. Anyway, I just say that
in the last minutes of the podcast,
Snyder purists, all I ask is that you just realize that you are Snyder fans, not DC fans. That's all I ask. Because if ever it crosses your mind, no problem, Jayla, no problem. We're wrapping up with this.
Okay.
We'll see you Sunday, Jayla.
See you Sunday, guys.
See you Sunday.
To me, it's just very important that, because to me, like I said, Trevon, you're a Power Rangers fan, like a pure Power Rangers fan. You've never said Jason's not in this or Tommy's not in this. No, you don't ever do that, right?
Give me.
Right, yes. You want all the Power Rangers. Yeah. So that's what I'm trying to say. I want everything. So if Henry doesn't come back, I want to see what your next Superman is, right?
Like that's gonna, like when I'm not gonna sit here and lie. When Ben went on Jimmy Kimmel and announced he wasn't Batman, that crushed the shit out of me because I had an attachment to Ben's Batman because I was like, that was like when I lost my mom and like I kind of was like had nothing like to look forward to in my life and like that like made me like refine my love for like Batman and like comics and just remind me of everything. Mm-hmm. And so, like, I got an attachment to him as a character and, like, seeing, like, you know, your favorite hero go through, you know, his own, like, turmoil was just, like, inspiring. And I had an attachment to that, and, like, that's why I love Zach and, like, his movies and, like, Ben's Batman. But then I was like, and then at first, like I said, I was crushed, but like reading into like why Ben left, I was like, no. I was like, no role is worth somebody's like well-being.
Right.
And if you say otherwise, you don't care about Ben. I'm sorry, you don't care about him.
Look, I got in an argument the other day when I said, no, Zach is a really good director. And they're like, no, he's a god. And I'm like, why is what I said not sufficient? Why did I have to go that step further? Why is it me just acknowledging that the man makes great movies? Why isn't that enough?
Zach was like my favorite director, and he still is like one of my favorite director. Like I will watch anything with Zach because like his movies to me are incredible.
I can't wait for his Galactic movie. That
oh my god, Rebel Moon's gonna be amazing.
Yeah,
like Zach's my hero, and like, but the fact is like, I like a part of me like gets it, like why they're so hardcore because like the guy's been through a lot, and like people shit on his movies. And, like, I was always, like, one of his biggest offenders. I was like, you know, like, you're just being too harsh. Like, why are you gonna tell somebody, you know, hate someone because they make movies you don't like? Like,
now,
it was bad.
I do want to hear what you were going to say, Jamie, before I say my next thing. What were you going to say, Jamie?
I was just going to ask if you guys saw Army of the Dead.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, my God. I love one of my favorite zombie movies.
And
literally, oh, my God. I loved Army of Thieves, too. It was so good.
I guess Jamie did. You didn't like it, Jamie?
No.
Like,
okay.
It was bad, or like you just not a zombie? Like, was it bad for you?
Yeah, and I mean, like, I can understand where the appeal was. Like for me, I'm big on narrative, and I was very confused by a lot of things. Now, if you're just there for like the zombies, there was hella zombies. There was a lot of combat. That was good.
Was that?
But the narrative itself, I'm like, what is going on? But
wait, are you talking about Army of Dead or Army of Thieves?
Army of the Dead.
Yeah, Army.
Oh, okay.
No, I know Army.
No, Army of the Dead like actually had a good plot too, besides like the zombies, and that's what I like love. Like, of course, it's like when they make zombie movies, it's about them like fighting, you know, the zombie apocalypse. But I like that there's a story like outside of that. That's why I always love The Walking Dead.
I will be fair to support Jamie. I remember when I finished that movie and went on Twitter, and everyone was just like, bro, like the time travel, did you see that? I swear to God, the first thing I wrote was, there was time travel? Like, where the fuck was the time travel? Where was there time travel?
Yeah, wait, what?
Yeah,
oh yeah,
time travel in that movie. I swear to God, I still to this day have no idea what the time travel was, but everyone raves about it.
Okay, I can tell you what they're talking about. So, there's a theory that like Dieter is like connected to like the guy who made all the safes. Mm-hmm. Before like Army of Thieves came out, that was like the whole time travel thing. So like they're kind of like alluding to him being like I'm trying to think like the word to say it. Like if I like wrote it down, like it would make sense. But like it's like I don't know. It was like a weird thing, like basically saying that like because a lot of people thought that Dieter was like originally like a descendant of the guy who like built him. That's why it was so important to him to become like a safe cracker and stuff like that. So like that's kind of like where they alluded to in that, and oh my God, what was the other scene that like I could see that they were talking about?
The scene when he was in the plane.
Yes,
that too.
I kept talking about no, I'm with you, Jamie. It was confusing, but
yeah,
my first ever time watching something Zack Snyder was a zombie movie. That was one of his first big movies. What was it? It was a zombie movie. I can't remember the name of it right now. I'm blanking. But I love that movie. And it was just one of those mindless, fun zombie movies. Mm-hmm. So I went into this and I'm just like, all right, if it's anything like that, I'm down.
That's how I went into it. And I think that's like, I don't like, I can't speak for anybody else, but that's how and like, yeah, I guess like, because people are like saying like, oh, because you love Zach and you love all those movies, you're going to be biased anyway. But like, I generally like loved it. And like, I loved all the characters too.
I can see that because I didn't know it was supposed to be like a mindless kind of thing or like have the approach of just like, you know, not, I don't know,
taking it seriously.
Yeah, like not taking it too seriously.
No, not everybody's gonna have that mindset. Like, listen, when you go into a movie, you can have any mindset you want, but like if you don't take it seriously, it's like I don't know, like. There's stuff like when I watch a movie, I just like watch a movie, and then I'm like, if I go on social media and like see, I'm like, oh, you know what? Yeah. That's like when like the speculation, like, and then you start rewatching, and then you notice things that other people pointed out, and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So like, I think if people didn't point that out, like, you would like probably just be like, okay, yeah, it was cool, it was a good zombie movie, like whatever. You know what I mean?
I'm definitely gonna rewatch it this weekend because I loved Army of Thieves. I thought that was very well done.
Oh yeah, Army of Thieves was really good. I like don't care about safecrackers, and like Dieter was my favorite character, and I was like, I am like waiting for this movie.
The other thing is I haven't seen Army of Thieves, so I don't know if that would have made my experience with Army of the Dead better. But
it's just a prequel. I mean, like it's just like how Dieter became who he is, and like why he's a safecracker.
Yeah,
but I think like the crux of my issue was like, you know, they go into the zone, right? Because the girl's her friend or her mom, I forget who, but
her friend,
like, her friend goes in, she's like, I have to go save my friend. And so they go in, I think they meet up with her friend, and then like pretty soon after that, she just like she does something I feel it was like negligent, and her friend dies anyway. And I was like, what was the point of all of this?
Yeah,
and
she got almost everybody killed doing that shit.
Yeah, she got almost everybody killed. Like, you got almost everybody killed for a friend that you kind of didn't even really care too much about because you let her die anyway. Like, 100%.
100%. No, but look, and I want to speak to what Sith Morrison is saying here. I'm a DC fan and a Snyder fan, but I recognize that Ben couldn't continue playing Batman because of his health and he lost his passion. But what you said right there, Sith Morrison, is what most Snyder fans don't say. You're a DC fan and a Snyder fan. Both things should be in
also, like, yeah, to add to that, is like, there's nothing wrong with wanting Ben to come back and having hope, but it has to be on his terms, not because he's like there's a petition to force him to come back. It has to be on his terms only.
Also, you should let it go that he's not going to come back as Batman, and we've moved past that. We're about to get Michael Keaton back, for God's sake. I don't need 3 Batmen. I don't even need 2. One is good.
I think Ben was a bad choice for the sake of him as a person. He does too much to commit himself to playing a character in all these movies when he directs.
But you gotta remember, Dom, the original deal that was made to him that Zach pitched to him was your Batman wasn't gonna live long anyway.
That's true.
And then Warner Brothers was just like, people are fucking loving you. How would you like to do like 15 movies? And Ben was like, 15? I was told 4. What? And they're like, yeah, your own movie, then the spinoff, then the spinoff of that, then the spin. He's like, no. I was told I would be a 50-year-old Batman. I would start the Justice League. I would die, and then that would be it. And they were just like, I don't know what you shook hands with Zach, but no, we signed checks here. You're going to be Batman forever. And then he was like, oh, okay, but will the movies at least be good? Maybe. Maybe. Not really.
I enjoyed the movies doing in between and stuff too. What the movies Ben was doing like in between.
Problem was, Trayvon, no one ever wanted to talk about that. He would legit be doing an interview for a movie, and they'd be like, "Yeah, Batman," and he's like, "Can your first question be the movie we're here to talk about?" All right, yeah. Are you in it? Yes. All right, Batman. Like, just get me to the Batman conversation. So I get it. He's passionate about film.
That's kind of everybody right now. Like, if you're in some kind of superhero
it is, but that's why I said, remember the conversation we were having a few months ago where I said, you can't take on an iconic character and then shy away from the responsibility that comes with it. I don't mean in your personal life. I mean more so, dude, you're going to be Batman. Batman's been around since fucking forever. Grandparents know Batman. Why would you think this isn't the topic of every conversation? We just want to hear about Batman.
It is definitely in the questions. They're ready for you.
100%. 100%. Trayvon, we saw it with people that were just rumored of being casted as Batman that couldn't get out of that. Poor Daniel Radcliffe is being asked about Wolverine, and we have not even heard that the X-Men are being casted right now, and that man hasn't talked about Wolverine. Yeah. That's the level of responsibility that comes with it. John. But he eats that shit up. He loves that. He's different. Yeah, he's different. I love him for that. He could be at a charity event, and it's like, oh, we don't need to talk about the charity. Like, you want to talk about Reed Richards? Yeah, we can sit down and talk about that. Yeah, that's fine.
Yes, I would be a good one, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I would be great. You're absolutely right. Call Kevin. Tell him I'd be great. So John is always good in those situations. But I will say this: for anyone that defends any fandom, I will tell you this: I am very blessed that the internet did not exist from 2000 to 2008, because I tell you, George Lucas would have easily left America if social media existed for Phantom Menace Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. He is very blessed that those are conversations that people have today, where he doesn't care because he doesn't even own Star Wars anymore, so he doesn't give a shit. But those conversations people were having just amongst each other back when those movies came out, that was as toxic as I've ever seen Star Wars.
When did he sell it?
Oh God, not too long ago, maybe 2010, 2012, around there.
That would have ruined it.
What if social media?
Yeah, that would have ruined it. I think.
No, it wouldn't have ruined it. It would have had him saying, "I don't care how much you pay me, just get it out of here." Like, because he was saying he
wouldn't have got as much. He would have made as much.
Yeah, he was losing the passion for it. Yeah, and I don't blame him. But we needed to move past George Lucas's vision, because Lucas would have had us just doing numerous Skywalker movies, and that shit is fucking beyond me. That should never happen. But really quickly, last thing I want to talk about, because we won't be having a GVN talk next Friday, because I want to give everybody a chance to see Doctor Strange in a Multiverse of Madness. I don't want to feel like anyone needs to be rushed.
Damn, I have a final due that day. Damn, I have two finals due that day.
It comes out Thursday, Jamie.
It's the week after next.
The week after next?
No. It's this upcoming week that we're about to head into.
Wait, hold on.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It comes out May 5th.
That's 2 weeks. That's 2 weeks.
That's 2 weeks from now? Yeah. Oh, that's not this upcoming week?
No, I wish.
Oh, no, you're absolutely right.
I wish it was.
Oh, shoot. Okay. I'm sorry. I got my weeks messed up. I'm sorry.
Damn, Juwaan.
Look, there are some days.
I'm graduating 2 days after that, but I'll be able to see it.
Oh, I was about to say, then we will have a show next week. I apologize. It's the week after.
In what universe are you?
That is the question. That is the question, Jamie. I do want to know
where I become rich and successful, please.
I do want to know what. I do now kind of want to know what everyone's different Earths are like what their version of themselves are in different Earths. Like Trevon, is there an Earth 2 Trevon that properly appreciates Batman the way that he should? Is that you think that exists?
If I'm in another Earth, I am absolutely probably Lord Draken. Yeah.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ. Yeah. Jamie, is there an Earth that you think where you've maybe completed Star Wars: The Clone Wars?
Yeah, there is. Totally.
You think there is? You think?
Yeah, I think I watched the Clone Wars like when it first came on Cartoon Network, but I just that wasn't when I was like, oh, like this comes on at this time. It was just like TV on, let me watch.
I'm gonna say this, Jamie. I believe you are the anomaly. I think you broke the multiverse. I think you're the only person to sync with all your universal versions of yourself. And you're all just like, hey, we are all too busy to watch Clone Wars. And it's like, wait, how did you sync yourself?
Did you see everything everywhere all at once? Did you see that?
No, but I did.
I reminded me of that by saying
I watched a video on Wired about the creators are talking about it, so I do want to see it. I do want to see it.
It's one of the best movies of the year. You need to see it.
Damn, really?
Yeah.
All right. Also,
only 5 people did VFX for that movie.
I see that a lot.
I don't agree, but yeah.
What do you think the best movie of the year?
I didn't. Yeah.
No, what's your movie so far, Trevor?
I didn't know. I'm talking about everything all at once, whatever you call it. I didn't.
No, I get that, but what is your favorite movie so far of the year?
Of the year?
Yeah. Trevon, we're only a few months in. Why are you thinking so hard?
Because I saw Fantastic Beasts and Sonic. I saw Fantastic Beasts and Sonic, both of them. Only because I'm sorry, Sonic. I'm sorry. Fantastic Beasts. I'm sorry.
All right, no problem.
Oh God,
so Dom, so that's yours, even over the movie you got behind you.
Yeah, it's between the Batman and everything.
Okay,
everywhere. It's pretty close.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Thor: Love and Thunder is the only chance I give a movie of dethroning the Batman this year. The only movie I give even a fighting chance to. Just because it could just hit all the same marks that the Batman did for Batman, Thor can do for Thor. So I'm like, I'm curious.
Doctor Strange can definitely knock everybody out because
I get that. I get that for you.
Flying.
I don't know if
had the Marvel-ish powers in it.
You said you don't get if Doctor Strange is long enough?
I don't think it's long enough to dethrone.
I agree.
It's not. It falls way short. But Jamie, what movie so far is taking the cake for you so far?
I'm thinking the Batman. I had a really good time with it. Funny enough, my mom actually called me, or no, she texted me saying like she was gonna watch the Batman. So when it came out, she's like, "Oh my God, this movie is so long and so boring." And I called her immediately and said, "You are no longer my mother. I'm not coming home. I'm sorry."
Yes, that's what we support around here, Jamie. That's what we do around here. Nobody.
So I am broke now. My Venmo. No, I'm just kidding. But I was like, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. I feel like my mom's taste in comic book movies and stuff is very specific, and my dad is just, I don't know. I've accepted that he just doesn't like it. So I'm like, you can still be my dad because I've understood that from the get go. You just don't like it, but.
Look, I explained it to my aunt the other day. I really do feel this. I really do feel that the Batman at its purest is just a love letter for fans of the Batman, right? It's either that or you just appreciated the kind of movie it was, right? So when people say, "Oh my God, it's long and it's boring," those are the same people that tell me they don't like Godfather. And I'm like, for all the reasons you didn't like it, all the reasons I thrive off movies like this. Like a movie that's just a conversation, I could watch that shit every day of the week. And that's all The Godfather was, really. It was just dialogue. But the dialogue was so impactful that I could watch 1 and 2 any day of the week. To be fair, there's not many Robert De Niro movies I couldn't watch. I could watch Casino like that. Fucking love Casino. Which, by the way, I 100% could cheat Vegas just off what I learned about Casino. But yeah, so I get people that say that, and it's no problem. But I never, and I told you, Trevon, I never want to come off by saying you're not a Batman fan if you didn't like it, right? Because a lot of people were raised on the movies or the cartoons. They weren't raised on the comics. So to them, all they know of Batman is what live action has ever done. So it's like, well, if you're holding it to that, no problem. I got no arguments to make. But if you're a comic book fan of Batman and watched that movie and didn't like it, I got questions for you. Like I have like a
exactly
list of questions for you because it's like, well, what did you like in the comics that you think they didn't do in the movie?
I think like the biggest take of that I've been seeing a lot that just does not make sense to me is like the fact that people have like a problem with Batman being a symbol of hope. Like, do you not want your favorite hero to save people? Like, do you not want that?
Now here's what I laugh at, Sabrina. People will tell you Batman being a symbol of hope. What? That's weird. But they'll tell you that they accept Batman creating the Justice League. You're telling me the one that's the loner, the one that struggled with ever joining the Justice League is the guy you want to go assemble your team. That makes the most sense to you? Also,
he's a founding member, but I like that they in Zack Snyder's Justice League that he was the one who put them together. That's always been like my favorite thing. But like,
see, I was always
in the reality of it in comics, they all were founding members.
No, founding members, yes. But I always remember that it was a struggle to get Batman to even join it because he never trusted him. So it's
not excusing it because I love Zack Snyder's Justice League. I think for that story it worked because especially his arc.
Narratively, yes. Yeah.
But for the most part, I like that they all came together and they had to ask Batman to
Only thing I liked about them coming together was the "Come Together" song. That I love that.
Well,
that's a beautiful song.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing though. That was the whole point of Justice League. It's everybody on Justice League has powers or has some type of ability, and there's Batman who's on the same level as them but doesn't have any powers.
Yeah, that's what Trevon reminds me every day. What does he do, Juwaan? He don't fly. He don't got no power.
He's still on the same level as them.
You damn right. If you think Wanda can beat Batman in a fist fight, Trevon, come on now.
See, your mistake is thinking she's using her fist.
That is true.
We use powers. If we have powers, we use them.
That is true. I can't argue with you on that. That is true.
I do have to say though, Spider-Verse would have been, that was my most anticipated movie, or one of at least, and the fact that it's not coming out this year, very sad. You know what? I won't lie. I would say that if that movie were still coming out this year, it would have been probably the biggest test for me going up against the Batman, to where it's damn, I might have to side
with something else over the bat, that would have been it for me because it just hits on too many things for me. The anime, like I said,
good.
I've never gotten chills more than the scene where Miles jumps off the building and that song hits. Just him finding his inner confidence. I get chills every time I watch it, every single time. So I'm like, yeah, that would have definitely done it for me. But shout out to Sith Morrison. He says The Batman is my favorite movie of the year so far, without question. Again, I do want to say it's super early. We're not even in May yet. But
yeah,
The Batman is a fucking masterpiece. So there we go. That's all that needs to be said.
Yeah. Wait, I bought the art book, but where did I put it?
You bought the art book? You don't have the art book?
Hold on, I'll find it.
Yeah, it has to be within reaching distance, Jamie.
Listen, I hold on, let me show you all this. I checked out a bunch of equipment. I have a wheelchair of stuff just sitting, and this room is a mess.
I want to go back and go to, why is the wheelchair there?
Okay, so I checked out a bunch of equipment, and I have to walk at least, I think it's almost exactly 0.7 miles because I walked the same route, and then my watch is like, damn, your heart rate's going up. Let's count, we got an exercise going on. I'm like, nope, I'm just walking. Walking.
Okay.
And so walking that far with all this crap, I said, can I get something to carry this? And I was just looking around, and I'm like, you know what? I know you can check out the wheelchair. I'm gonna check out the wheelchair. And so that's what I did. And it's working great. I had a very good time.
Oh my goodness. I will say this, Jamie, you remind me of the person that's like, oh my God, I only parked in the handicaps. I'm going in for a second. And it's like, but you can't do that.
This is not a wheelchair that like somebody owns. This is the common part. I'm telling, this is the wheelchair that they use instead of like buying an actual dolly. They're like, somebody just sit down in the wheelchair with the camera and we'll push you, and there you go. That's your dolly. That's what they use it for. So like nobody needs this.
I'm only laughing.
Terrible.
I'm only laughing at the thought that you thought that I thought. You just went by and stole a kid's wheelchair. Oh my God. Okay. All right, guys. We're getting out of here. I'm about to cry myself to death. Okay, we're getting out of here. I want to thank Festival Poppy Dom. I want to thank Sabrina, aka Batgirl, aka Batman, aka Batman's number one fan, or number one A. Number one A. Because I have to at least be 1B at least. Look at that beauty. Look at that beauty right there, Jamie. How are you not?
Oh, so you want to hear something sad about that? Mine came damaged.
No.
Wait, who'd you buy it through?
Amazon.
You know what you do? You know what you do to Amazon? No, you know what you do to Amazon? You tell them, not only am I keeping this, but you're refunding me. And then you just resell it.
Honestly, no, they're just sending me a new one tomorrow, like free.
Yeah.
Man. They sent me, which by the way, shout out to all my Halo fans that better know what this is. Halo fans better know what this is. You know what TF time we on right now. You already know. They sent me one of those damaged, and I was just like, hey, it's damaged. And they were just like, well, you did hear that Jeff Bezos has more money than God, so go ahead and keep it, and we'll send you your money back. And I was just like, oh, all right, cool. Do you do that? And they're like, yeah, sometimes. I'm like,
They do.
Well, do you know how rich you have to be to go, you know what? You spent $300 on that. Keep that, and I'll give you your $300 back. You should be feeding poor people with that money if you could do things like that. But yes, I did want to give a shout out to this week's episode of Halo. Jamie, did you see Halo yet?
I did.
And Trevon, you saw Halo?
I did.
Dom, you haven't started it yet, or are you caught up? You haven't started it yet? Sabrina, have you seen Halo this week?
No, I have not. I have not started it yet, but my brother's been really, really enjoying it a lot.
I will say this. First of all, the biggest thing about Halo with me is narratively, right, is my only issue, okay? Because to me, Master Chief is someone that I, just speaking for me, never want to be personally attached to, right? To where I know your story. I don't care, right? But where I said, you know what? Throw all that away. I'll appreciate what I got, is when he hopped on the enemy's vehicle.
The Banshee?
Yes. Now, Jamie, this is where the show went wrong for me. He didn't enter it. And when he didn't enter it, I said, you throw this whole goddamn series in the garbage. Because that is the very first thing Master Chief would have done, is kick them out of it and then hopped in it and then used it as a weapon. And he did. And I almost cried.
He used it as a weapon.
He did. He wanted. I forgave them for that because he did a different approach to it.
Oh, no, he used it for a reason, but I wanted to see him use it, like actually driving.
That'll come again.
At some point.
Better.
At some point. You know, that was probably the first time he hijacked a Banshee. So
it seemed like it was. But last thing before we get out of here that I wanted to bring up, shout out to Lil Wolfie, who said he's loving Halo too. I just realized, Jamie, that Cortana is based off of the new one we just got in Infinite. That's not, they don't base the model off of the OG Cortana because they look exactly alike. They base it off of the Infinite one, but it's not the same Cortana. So I thought that was.
The Cortana they're using is the older Cortana because the one in Infinite is technically called Weapon. And
yes, I just mean visually. I just mean visually, not narratively.
They went with a similar style.
Yeah, they went with Weapon. Which, by the way, Halo Infinite ends very beautifully. Where she's like, I know what I want to be called, and then they're just like, shut up, no more screen time. You don't get to say what you want to be called.
I haven't finished it. Halo Infinite low-key depressed me a few months ago. And
really?
I can't. Yeah.
Because you couldn't get past it, or the story?
Not the story. I was heavy into the multiplayer, and just like the lack of support for it, at least during that time, was pretty bad. And then the hackers got bad, and I just like I had to put down Halo for a bit. But they are having season 2, so maybe I'll check it out.
Oh, definitely, please do. And I do want to give a shout out to Master Chief, the ultimate stalker, because he legit has given us 7 games where he's just pining after Cortana. Like it's like, where's Cortana? That's I'm only here for Cortana. Where's Cortana? It's like, yo, 8 of us died yesterday. I know, but I got Cortana back. And it's like, damn, Master Chief. So I can't wait
to say though, in the Halo show, something that I thought was interesting change was they actually had the Jackals carrying energy swords. And
yes,
I'm like, that would be the most annoying enemy to fight ever in the game.
Yes,
but that was also a sick visual to see because I could totally see a Jackal picking up an energy sword. Like that makes sense. Literally sword and shield. So that was cool.
No, I 100%. I'm with you. I appreciated that also. And look, the action in this episode was great. I wish we had more of it.
Yes.
And it wasn't so story driven like the first 20 minutes and then just went like just action the whole goddamn episode would have been great.
Oh my god. You know what? Quan did something. People have been hating on Quan super heavy and I low-key feel bad.
Yeah, I'm with Trevon.
I don't hate her, but I'm like, I hate what they're doing with her. But what I did like was they did this episode where Quan went like full stealth mode, was hiding under the sand. I'm like, shit.
I did
like y'all gotta give her some points for that.
Yeah,
that was dope.
I'll give her points for that. I'm with you on that. Go ahead, Trevor.
Why is she doing all that? Like
she was, I don't know.
She wants to stay at home.
He's helping you, girl. Like
not now. He's not helping her now. She wants to stay, and he's trying to make her go.
If she kills Soren, though, I'm gonna be upset. I will be upset.
I'm with you there.
I'm with you there. Last, though, like chill out,
she
girl.
will. She will. No, but I really do like this series, and I didn't think I would. They're doing a really good job with it. And again, nothing upset me more than Master Chief going, "What's that in the sky? I need to take my helmet off to see." Oh, now I can see it.
I'm like,
it's like, bro, you're just looking for reasons to take this helmet off.
And I smile every
Fucking
time.
Relax.
I'm like,
but anyway, I can't wait for next week's episode.
Yes, Pablo.
Shut up, Trevon. I cannot wait for next week's episode for us to break it down. And I didn't want to give an honorable mention to Young Justice. Trevon, I promise you, we will get time to actually break that down. I promise you.
Yeah, I need to keep watching it.
Yeah, I gotta
get. By the time we talk about it, I'll catch up. I'll be really caught up then. I mean, I only saw two episodes.
Oh shoot, that's right. I'm sorry. That's right. You're right. I'm sorry. You did only see the 2. Sorry. Halo was the one that you rushed to see before. Gotcha. Yeah. But keep doing what you guys are doing on Halo. Visually, you are nailing it. And I did want to correct myself. Remember how I said this was going to be a Showtime show? So Showtime still licensed it. It still has the license for it. It's why you see when the title card comes, it says Showtime Presents. So they essentially licensed it and filmed it under their umbrella, and Paramount is just where they show it.
Distributing.
Right, distributing. That's the word. Thank you. So I wanted to give Showtime that shout out because we were saying, man, if it's just Showtime, it might look like garbage, but technically it is Showtime and it looks beautiful. So shout out. We only got a few more episodes left. I hope they end on a good foot. But again, thank you, Sabrina. Thank you, Festival Poppy Dom. Thank you, Academy Award winning, Emmy Award winning, Oscar Award winning, Film Critic Award winning, and Anime Queen, Jamie, and video game royalty, Jamie. We want to thank you for gracing us with your presence. No, all jokes aside, I am extremely happy for you and proud of you, Jamie. We know how hard you work every day to finish out school and everything. So it's good to see you get rewarded for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yep.
I'm very happy for you.
I deserve it. I do. I really do.
Jamie's like, give me this mic. Let me talk my shit for a second real quick.
I deserve.
Like I could picture Jamie just whispering in whoever gave her the award. This better not be the only one. Like I deserve more.
Oh no, it's not. I got one more.
I love it. And of course, my brother Trevon, I appreciate you joining. And obviously a shout out to Jayla, who had to leave, but Jayla will be back this Sunday for our Double Up podcast this Sunday. We're going to be doing a Double Up podcast, making up for the fact that we took last week's holiday off. So we will be doubling up with that. Stay tuned. We'll post what it's about. I want to get with Jayla and see what the topics were for Sunday. So stay tuned for that. And again, for anyone out there who has not seen Star Wars: The Clone Wars, I won't say anyone specifically, but go watch it. It's a great show. And that's all we got for you guys. Till next